All right, draft of the year. You guys know the drill. Crakrok swings by, probably intoxicated, probably on the moon right now. He's so hella lifted. We will see how we do. We are drafting from the 112. It's the main event draft with Ship Chasing and Crakrok, the collaboration of the year. Let's do it.
Pat Fryer Helmo.
This is why I'm hot.
Anita hand job.
Fix your sight.
Jamar. Alpha play chase.
Are you kidding me? Kadarius Toney?
You can't handle the heat.
It looks like we're finally Fist Boys. You're right.
All right, fellas. Crakrok, let me get you full screen so that people can see you in your resplendent polo glory. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, yeah, just came back from the dry cleaners.
Nice. Yeah. I feel like you always have a different backdrop when you draft with us. Where are you at now? We Midtown?
I am in the Big Apple, as you can see behind me. That's New York City. And yeah, I'm back up for not good reasons because my dad's real sick. But otherwise, things are going great, man. I fucking just can't get over that. Again, that Family Feud today was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. And then you got them all.
They know you, man.
I can't believe Interns wasn't on there. Gretch had the flake guess. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna
have coming to Vegas this year. Speaking of flake,
yeah, right.
Yeah, right. I mean, number 4 was Flake, dude. I mean, who got that one? That was had to be Pat, right?
No, that was Gretch. Gretch got that.
Gretch.
Yeah. DC says this must not be live. I can assure you we're very much live at 7:01 p.m. Eastern.
Why would it be live? Do you want me to hold up a newspaper?
How many of these main events have you done so far, Crack?
This is just 2.
Okay.
I do them late because I find them to be easier.
Yeah.
Because when you start out going early, it's just sharks. Later, you get a lot of uncheck marks and some weird picks. The first early drafts, there's not a lot of mispick donkey picks. Like we see here, it's pretty much going off is your standard top 8. Now we know this is where the A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson flip-flop begins. So here we're rooting for a Barkley here. Oh, Barkley. I forgot St. Brown.
Yeah, maybe
so this top 9 is
in the first round.
Now,
Go ahead, Crack.
No, I saw Gretch's text, and that was just way out there.
Well, I was trying to catch up. Yeah, I was doing some writing and stuff. I was trying to catch up on where you guys are at, and I have no idea. I don't know what we're doing.
I want you guys to put your DFS helmets on, and just imagine this is DFS, and you're playing week 1. Because
but it's not.
Who is the most valuable player here, so we can build. Like, I want our portfolio of players to be the highest price. So who's the highest price right now on DFS? If you were building
like week 1 brain here to me, Crakrok.
Week 1, or are you talking about week 15 highest price?
Who's the highest?
No, I'm just saying if we forget about the week 1 matchups, just if it was just overall, if they had prices for everyone for the overall season
for the year.
Who do you think would be priced highest right here?
Well, we are on the clock. Drake Maye goes at 11. We finally get a surprise here.
Who do you most want here, Crack? Who's the guy you?
Who's your number one?
He said 3 different things of 3 different combinations.
We need to get him on the record on what.
Well, no, I have the. I just think that JT doesn't have any competition when I thought about Gibbs. So just from a pure workhorse and just a hero RB, I think he can do it. I mean, is there anyone?
Can we do Puka first and then talk? Are you guys both all in Puka or?
Yeah, I'm happy to take Puka.
Yeah, take Puka and let's argue about the RB.
Puka JT is good with me. If we want to do that.
Yeah, I just think those are 2 guys.
Are you worried about Richardson being kind of like his competition for rushing TDs?
Not after he took that concussion at the goal line when he ran it in last year.
Where are you at on Laporta?
I just think we can get another tight end at 3-4 who, is just let the tight ends go. We can come back and get them. I mean, I have a guy who I think is the 4th tight end. I'm not going to mention because I don't know who's watching, but just this hero RB, getting you guys to draft an RB is impossible. Just let me just put one slot.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying. Taylor,
I think I'd be Gibbs over Taylor, but
I would be Gibbs over Taylor too. So
I have no problem with that. I have no problem. Okay. He can catch more balls. He can PPR it, and that's no problem with that. It's a total coin flip there. Let's go.
Grab Gibbs.
Grab Gibbs.
Okay.
With like 1 second on the clock.
No, but okay, now we got time. I like that.
Yes. Who's this crack guy that cranks his purple hog? We ain't cracking any purple hog through 2 rounds. We start Puka Nacua, Jahmyr Gibbs. Every single name we floated in our group chat before was available. Like we didn't have any decisions removed for us for that one.
No, we didn't, which is pretty rare. That McBride pick that's an outlier. I mean, he doesn't use it. I mean, have you seen 1st round McBride? I haven't.
I've heard about 1st round McBride. I think Sean said they did it in a recent draft.
I mean, I've seen 1st round Kels.
Oh wow, McBride Laporta double up.
So all right. So this is
too early to crank, Crakrok? When do you crank? This we were discussing. When
is
the perfect time to crank?
The whole point of crank was don't let this obsession of tight end premium. I mean, it's 1.5 points per catch. So you have 6 catches. Now you have 9 points. I mean, is that really the end all? No, I want a wide receiver who's going to get 10 catches for 150 yards and 2 TDs. Now, how many times is Laporta and McBride going to do that? It's just hard for a tight end to have that bust out, just friggin', league-winning day. Like a 300-yard game or a 200-yard game or 3 TDs or, tight ends.
It's got to be late to crank.
The guy who invented cranking purple telling you that tight end premium is overrated feels a lot like Santa Claus, like telling you that you don't actually have to be a good little boy and girl to get your
No, because the original cranking purple was to wait on tight ends, then take 5 at the end and just hope one of them hits. Right. So I don't have to wait.
Back run.
That's wild.
Oh, so that's
after
great
we
for
go
us.
But Pacheco bros are down so bad they're trying to lean into the bit. They're like, P-Ryan got signed, but I'm going to take him 205 anyway.
JT Barkley Pacheco. Wow.
I wrote up his legendary scenario. It is difficult. You got to
not easy.
And then he scores 15 touchdowns for some reason. It's like okay.
Dude, everything's different. All the shovel passes they do to Travis Kelce at the goal line,
they're not
going to do
doing
those anymore.
They're
going to just hand off to Pacheco.
They like handing off to Pacheco now. I don't know why.
Seeing that Pacheco price makes me love our share of Derrick Henry at 4.4 even more.
Yeah.
I saw that draft too. That was great. And you're like, I don't want to take Derrick Henry. Please, no. I was like, please, you fuckers, take him. Take him. I was screaming. I'm like, someone's got to come in and be rational with these fucking RDA.
We got there.
If we had a nickel, for every time an FFPC boomer watched our stream and said, "Take that fucking running back," we'd be rich dead.
No, but that was so late. I mean, I don't know how late Derrick Henry. That could be the latest Derrick Henry.
Honestly, might be.
I mean, you can get Fantasy Mojo to pull it up. All right, so there's Kincaid. Look how late Kels goes. Wow.
This is what happens in every one of our rooms. The tight ends go earlier than they normally do.
Well, I want to type. Where's our special chat?
Private chat over here on the corner.
I got you. And this is the guy I want an opinion on because he is to me.
I knew that's who he meant.
How did you?
100% sure.
How the fuck, Gretch? You are fucking sometimes. I mean, you seriously. I think you're a witch sometimes, man. Okay, sometimes
I was kind of afraid that was going to be the name too.
Why are you out on him?
I just think of all the early tight ends. That's probably the one we're least in on at cost.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about him on the stream, but there's a lot I could.
Yeah.
Okay.
Type a lot into the chat if you want to read a lot.
Yeah. No. Look, I just wanted to throw him out
Why
there.
don't you want to talk about it? You're worried he's
it's good.
not going to come back. What do you talk about?
Well,
go for it.
We don't want him to come back. I think.
Okay, just ruin it.
Yeah.
Well,
Christian Kirk got hurt last year, and he got a lot of his volume late. He caught 114 balls, which is great in 10 and premium, but didn't even get to 1,000 yards. He's got the really low ADOT, and so it's like if those receptions come down, his role kind of needs to meaningfully change. For like we got to get some yards, right? Like it just lacks upside to me.
I agree.
I just think he's the second wide receiver on the team. Okay, now it's
a spread offense, though. They have Brian Thomas.
And by the end of the season, I don't know. I mean, Thomas has gotten pretty good reviews as training camp went on.
It's just that he doesn't really play the position. He's really a wide receiver. That's why I like him. Now, I know this guy you guys are in love with.
Well, for a wide receiver, he's only got like a 5.8 up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he's there, we're running.
Yeah.
Now, is there any concern, Crakrok, that you have that we did take another Rams receiver over Cooper Kupp again?
I was thinking about that and just being like, should I just click Kupp and just pull a Bobby Trees?
That would be
but what if Cook is the guy you need? We can't get the wrong side of this by chasing Kupp.
Well, that's what I mean. I was going to take Kupp and just be like, you guys be like, no. Actually, Siegel was on. I watched, so I caught up. You guys, I mean, Siegel is Rain Man, dude. I mean, he went on a rant about like the Cooper Kupp is better than Puka, and was just using words and phrases, and I was just like, holy, how can you get this deep? How can you get? He was like inside the coach speak to the GM, to the field. I mean, no wonder Gretch and him get along so well.
Yeah, somebody described our podcast recently as if it's two solo podcasts in one, where we both just take turns doing like a solo podcast for 20 minutes and then eventually just ends and you don't know it's over. It's like no back and forth.
They also describe Legendary Sickos as Pat and Eric talk for 3 hours about a subject they completely agree on.
That's a good one too.
All right, let's start adding some favorites to the queue, because
do it gracefully, do it with tact.
So I wanted to go back to the 1-2 turn in our chat earlier, because part of the reason we were kind of confused there is, Crack, you had a lot of options earlier today. You were talking about, like, we talked about tight ends a little bit. You talked about a running back. Then you said, let's all rank it. Top 3. Me is Gibbs, Taylor, Puka. And then Pete said Puka, Gibbs or Laporta, but not both, JT. And then you said Taylor Puka is my, which was your second and third, is my
you changed
vote.
your opinion within a span of 10 minutes.
Yeah, I did.
Imagine catching up on this. I was like, what the hell is going on?
I was like, because as I said before, that there's no timeshare with Taylor. Right. So I thought he was more of the hero RB, and you could just get your touches.
I just love that you recommended to rank it, ranked Gibbs first, and then said my vote and left Gibbs off.
Yeah, that's why you got to be able to shift, man. You got to be able to see up the other toe. You move, man. You got to stick.
You don't have to shift. You don't have to.
I know. I did though. I just thought about Gibbs and all those, and just if something ever happened to Montgomery, and plus,
but that's good. I mean,
he's so good, especially from the PPR side. Just to get those 4 catches every game for like 40 yards and put his floor at 10, every single week is just so nice. And then if somehow he gets into the end zone a couple times, he was just coming on so strong at the end of last year. I still can't believe Detroit lost that fucking game. Okay, there goes Nico has just been shooting up the draft boards. There's another one of your boys. I mean, I know all your boys.
Does Marvin Harrison often make it back to 211, or is that a little bit?
No, that's
late.
Yeah, it does.
The London Harrison, I have seen go back to the McCaffrey guy once.
Huh.
Well, actually, that wasn't a main event though. That was just the 350. So
the chat wants to know what you think of Ayuk now. Crakrok.
Oh, by the way, Pat was so right on when they were doing the Kittle Ayuk thing. I was like, I'm with Pat. Take Ayuk. Oh, wait, we shouldn't be talking about him, should we? Oh, boy. Okay.
We lost
Kyle Pitts goes at 3-7.
And I just wanted to say something. Who returns punts for the San Francisco 49ers?
Is that relevant?
Yeah, no, I'm just
punts. Jacob Kelly, maybe? I don't know.
No, Debo. Yeah. Debo.
That's bad.
So,
the punt returning is like a 2-round discount now. I mean,
that's what I was just saying, but no one was talking about that. But Kyrie Williams, everyone's head fucking exploded.
There goes Kyron at 3-9.
I mean, the guy had the best usage timeshare of any running back since, like, I don't know, Todd Gurley. All right, let's start adding here. I don't see any ads from you guys.
I don't know what stat that was supposed to be.
This is gonna be a tricky spot, I think.
Oh, it is. I mean, the 12-hole like back-to-back, the 1, 2, and 3, 4 turn in FFPC like puts you in a blender.
Pitts would make it easy, but after him, I don't really.
And Adams goes too, which is not even like a pick I want to make, but would have been.
That's what I was kind of curious where you guys are at, but that would have been one I was in on there.
I mean, both of my top running back and my top receiver right now are guys that are probably too high to pick. I don't know if either like it's Kenneth Walker and Rashee Rice. I don't know if you guys would want to pull them all the way up here. And so like
I'd be open to doing Rice. I'm not that into Walker at this price, but
I'm just saying like that's how flat like all these other names have wiped out.
You're not into.
Well, do you think we can get this guy on the next one on 5-6?
Probably.
All right, we should take Ingram. We should take Ingram.
I really don't want to take Ingram.
Oh, you guys are such.
Roger
Oh, Rice
goes.
goes. Okay.
Pat, who are you going to ask about?
I mean, I'm kind of into DK Metcalf.
Yeah,
I like
Metcalf was I
Devontae
thought you were
Smith.
going to ask. That's my next
Yeah.
receiver.
Before let's not click anything until we talk the full spot out.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine getting a tight crack. How do you love Ingram or are you open to other stuff?
I'm open to other stuff. I could take a DK Ayuk or the Slim Reaper. These where they usually are. I mean, Ayuk gets a big bump up here, doesn't he? And DK?
Yeah.
I think DK's a good pick.
Let's put DK at the top of the queue.
Okay.
Let's put DK at the top of the queue.
We got 10 seconds. Should we just?
Oh yeah,
I'll
just
throw
take
him
just take DK. Just take DK.
DK's in.
DK's in.
Okay, now do we?
I mean, I'm
I
open
think
to
it's-
those receivers. As far as
Yeah, I like both the receiver. I mean, Mike Evans is here. I think I prefer the other two to him, but just to note that.
Yeah,
I would throw Diggs' name in the hat, but it's probably too early. I know he goes later than this.
Yeah,
I think I'm probably Devontae.
I think Ayuk would be kind of. I mean, there's a lot of moves. Kittle is the one we haven't said yet, but that would be fun to try too. He goes.
I think I'm
Let's,
one of the two receivers, but I don't.
Devontae's
have a
my
strong
vote.
preference.
Putting it down with 26
Crack,
seconds.
do you have
What
a
do you guys got?
preference between the receivers?
My preference is Evans.
Do you have a preference between Smith and Ayuk?
No.
Or?
Other than Evans.
Ayuk.
Ayuk?
All right, let's get Ayuk on news. Unless Gretch, you want to tie break me with Devontae.
I do have Devontae over Ayuk.
You want to do Devontae?
All right, Croc, click it. Just don't click Evans. Okay. All right, you click.
All right, we got Devontae.
That's nice.
Just the least conclusive decision possible.
It was just like I had no idea what your action was going to
Walrus.
be.
We're at the walrus
Nice.
already.
The walrus, baby. I fucking love drafting with you, man. It's the best.
No, but the thing is, at the 12 spot, you're in bad shape, and right now,
No, you're right.
we came out. We're smelling like a fucking rose right now. No, I'm serious. We got three fucking breakout wide receivers, and maybe potentially the number one RB.
It is pretty
No,
nice.
I'm serious. If he becomes like a Breece Hall was last year, I mean, I think from what I heard, Breece they don't want to do what they did last year when when Simeon was just throwing the free like every single.
Yeah.
Can I ask what does that have to do with our team?
Yeah, I was confused. What is this line of?
Devonta Smith plays for a different green team.
No.
Talking about the Eagles.
Wait, what were we talking about?
It's only round 4 of 20. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
No, I was trying to make a point.
What was it?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh, it was on Breece. No. What I was going to say was they're saying they don't want to give Breece Hall 12 catches a game, and they're going to use Allen to rest him. They cannot. Basically, what they did last year was just to save face. It was just so bad that they.
So you're in on Braylon Allen later, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have a role, and he is clearly the coach. The coaches fucking love him, and as a handcuff, obviously, to Breece. And the other great handcuff, I think, is.
Do you know we don't have Breece? That's where I'm.
No, we're talking handcuffs here.
Okay.
I'm a. And then you guys don't draft fucking handcuffs anymore.
Well,
What do you mean?
do you mean handcuffs to our own backs or?
No.
Oh, okay. You just mean I got you.
We
I
draft
think we do,
handcuffs, bro.
don't
What are
we?
you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? We got so much Bucky Irving and Ray Davis, we can barely handle it.
No, I'm just saying, but you draft handcuffs as your starting running backs.
Yeah. There are. We need 4 carries a game from our handcuff picks because they're our RB2.
What was with the last draft for Siegel? You went Chase Brown, and then at 8, and then who was your second RB? I forget now.
I don't even remember anymore. I can look it up. But
well, that's the point. And
are you just saying we go 0 RB? Yeah.
No. I get it. I get the 0 RB, but at one point you could take it back, and then you were still trying to get wide receivers after you still didn't have running backs. So it was just that
you were screaming at the TV, is what you're saying?
Pretty much. Look, Kittle goes late, so we were right. I mean, we had the other 2 players, Ayuk and Ingram, right there. So I'm worried about Kittle for some reason. I don't know why.
You feel like he's too boom bust to know when to start?
Exactly. I want to have a lineup that we put in, that our starting lineup is so clear cut that every fucking week it's just let's try to fill that top lineup by at least the 10th round and wait on. I'll type it here.
But Crack, don't you think that our friendship is only strengthened on Sunday mornings when we have to decide between like 8 different guys on who to start? Like, isn't that where we really bond?
Well, that's where you differ from me. I did 10 teams. I did 10 teams last year, and every one of them I knew the best starting lineup, and I filled it by round 10. So I know that if we luckily just say the guys don't get hurt. I mean, that's conceivably in the best case scenario how you win is none of your guys get hurt. And then your top lineup just stays in there every single week, and you don't have to make a decision ever except when you have bye weeks.
So I just pulled up this draft you're talking about where we don't draft handcuffs. We drafted Carson Steele, Samaje Perine handcuff, Will Shipley, Kenny Gainwell's handcuff, Kimani Vidal, J.K. Dobbins handcuff, Bucky Irving, Rashad White's handcuff, Julian McLaughlin, kind of more of a satellite back, not necessarily handcuff, Jaylen Wright, Raheem Mostert's handcuff, and Chase Brown, Zach Moss handcuff.
Actually, I'm back on Crakrok side. We don't draft handcuffs.
Our team was handcuffs except Jaleel.
You're drafting third RB.
His handcuff.
We skip the handcuff and go to the 3rd string RB with our selections.
I mean, it's just amazing. And then when you were on with the first stream with Davis, like by the 11th round, you're like, we're cutting him. We're cutting him.
We're just cutting him.
Oh, he'll be our first. It's like you're drafting players. It's like, all right, we're going to cut him. We're cutting. It's the 11th round, like 12th round, we'll cut him. Well, he'll be our next cut. And then we'll take this guy, and then we'll cut him. It's like, what? I was like, you guys
figured it out. Yeah.
You were so on best ball mode. It was just like, dude, flip the switch, man. Your brains are warped.
Well, you can't cut any player in best ball. We were flipping it too much.
Like, we draft these best ball teams, we're stuck with them. We put a ring on every single pick. So when we get to these managed leagues and we get to round 10, the biggest selling point is we can fucking drop their ass the second we need to.
Yeah.
I know. You guys were like in love. You're like, I get to drop this guy. Yay.
Let's draft him.
Let's draft him. We can cut him immediately. I can cut him so fast. Week 1, he's gone. He's gone.
Why even wait till week 1?
The whole point of rounds 11 through 20 is to pick guys you don't want to cut, but the guys who are going to be on waiver wire that you could possibly, everyone's going to be going after. So
I thought it was to get guys that you put on the waiver wire. That's not right?
I mean, that's what you drafted 10 guys. You're like waiver wire. Oh, we're definitely cutting this guy. And then you go to the next guy. And you're like, oh, And then you like run the tape on Gretsch, and all the Washington guys just start coming up. And you're like, Washington. And now I'm starting to draft Washington guys.
You've been influenced?
I was so into U of W when Gretsch was going to the games. I was following them. I was so rooting for them.
It was a fun season, man. It was a good.
That was a fun season. And then when the Falcons took Penix, that was the most shocking pick I've seen as a draft pick in a long time.
That was pretty shocking.
Yeah, Crakrok, what is the state of the intern program over at Crakrok LLC?
Yeah, they're all going. A lot of them are going. Obviously, went back to school because school started.
Like 4 years ago, they went back to school.
No, the interns come in the summer, and now they go back to school. So I try to weed out the ones, and now I have someone at the University of Colorado. And
when you say interns, these were interns that are now just college students.
Yes. Yeah. They were interns the summer. And then I tell them how much I love fantasy football. And they're like, oh, you're so cool, dude. I love fantasy football. You play? And I'm like, dude, I'll give you a C note every week you do pickups for me. Oh, wait, is someone rolling it back?
Yeah, we just got something rolled back here.
Yeah, what
shucks. You wanted Ferguson.
Ferguson will be the correction. Mahomes back on the board.
Nothing like for some reason chats will never not be hilarious to me. Just like this sentence from FFPC commish. Draft is paused on the phone with Chalupa. I mean, it's just like always gonna give.
I could go for a Chalupa right now.
I bet.
Yeah, there's that. What do you guys think of Zay Flowers in the 5th round? I think that's like a steal.
I think you got to put nacho cheese on that Chalupa for sure. If you got to go to Taco Bell.
Crack's trying to ring the bell, and we haven't even started Chipcast yet this year.
I know, man.
That is a good segue. We are going to be back with the weekly Shipcasts on Thursday evenings. We obviously won't have one next week because we will all be in Vegas, but the following week for week 2. I unfortunately don't have the week 2 Thursday night football matchup memorized, but we will be live for a Shipcast hang.
Ooh, let's check that out. What will our premiere show be?
Oh yeah, what is the game?
What? I mean,
looks like it will be Buffalo at Miami.
Ooh,
that's
9-12 one.
Ooh,
yeah, really fun.
Get Leone on. Little Bills chasing.
Ooh,
that's right. That's a good one.
Mike Shope, our Go Bills guys. Lots of options when it comes to the Bills.
That's exciting.
Crack, are you booking a flight to Vegas right now? What you doing over there, buddy?
No, I'm going. I'm just adding. I added some people to the queue.
Okay, this is always a scary moment when we go and check this.
I put a couple in the queue as well. So the first couple of names are going to be me. It looks like he started to add.
Yeah.
Behind that, and I want my picks and not his picks.
So to recap for the audio listeners, I know it's going to be hard to follow along with this one. I'll do my best. We do have Puka, Jahmyr Gibbs, DK Metcalf, and Devontae Smith through 4. We're about 4 picks away here in the 5th. Ferguson did go off the board. We mentioned the Zay Flowers pick. Diggs comes off the board. Godwin, Cooper, and now we are 3 picks away.
You got your first name in here is a pretty intriguing one that I like.
I think Crakrok put that in.
Yeah, the third name in the queue right now. I put the first.
Yes.
Yeah.
The third name, if we're looking at the same, let me refresh. But the third name is who I'm most excited about.
That's what I was saying. He put a really good name in there.
Well
that's the name I put in.
Oh, you put it in.
Yeah, I put that one in.
Well, the good thing is the guy at 4 may go ahead of him.
Uh-huh.
So that could maybe help us out.
That could definitely help us out, yeah.
And I like 2 and 3 a lot. I'm a little worried about 1.
Okay.
Okay.
I like 2 and
just,
3 a lot too.
I'm wondering. I'm going to type this guy in, and I want you to give me your thoughts on this guy.
All right.
Every
I'd
day
rather not speak on it.
I don't know. That one seems a little thin to me, just based on kind of the volume and the talent.
That second one's better that you just typed in there.
All right.
Yeah, that one's better.
Now, do you guys want to pull the trigger on 1? We don't have to do that yet. I don't know. 2 and 3 would be just for my.
I'd be psyched about 2 and 3. I think that those would be very fun.
Mahomes. Brown drafter goes Mahomes.
Who just said that? The problem is that triggers.
Right.
This guy doesn't have a running back, and he went too wide. So I think we may get away with it.
Is there a running back?
I think we're in a good spot here. I'm pretty at peace with. I would say the one pick in the queue that I just not that interested in, I guess, would be like unstacked Lamar here.
Okay,
I'm not that into that either.
Okay, he's gone. What do you think about 4?
Well, 4 is just the one I just said. I think this is pretty easy. I think we go Hurts. Well, it's definitely Hurts.
It's
right?
definitely Hurts.
Like,
yeah,
definitely Hurts.
And then
You're
I
gonna
would
say
be
Bowers.
I would be Bowers.
I would also be Bowers.
I did see that he was back practicing today.
Yeah, he's back practicing. Correct.
Play, which I needed. I needed that bad. I'm definitely good with Hurts Bowers. Crack, talk about your thoughts. Are we all in agreement? Jalen Hurts, easy click.
Yes. So Jalen Hurts definitely. All right, we'll move him up.
Use this time though. Let's.
I'll
let's
go
talk
ahead
about
and
this
put him in when it's like 5 seconds. So
all right.
So what's your thoughts on Bowers?
Is there and the only other wide receiver I see?
What is your anti-Bowers? You said you're not into Bowers. What are you concerned about with him?
The team sucks.
Okay. Does it matter at all that all 3 of us are in agreement on Bowers, just like Cup?
Does that make you nervous?
I think Crack. Let us handle this Brock pick, and then we'll let you take.
Yeah. Plus, there's so many wide receivers that can come back to us.
Yeah, I think wide receiver. We're going to be okay. We have what we've got.
We gotta take this purple now and just hope for the fucking
This is some real upside purple.
Yeah. Yes. No. You guys are right. Absolutely. So that Tank Dell actually helped us get him.
Decide. Yeah,
it did. Yeah.
So look,
is this our first Bowers? Do we have Bowers yet?
Oh, we got some Bowers.
Yeah. So look at I look at that as maybe a blessing in disguise.
Me too.
We can still crank with some of the other like more volume based guys. He's an upside piece. We'll have a little balance in our tight end room. It'll be nice.
Yeah, and if they could use him out of the backfield, if they start lining him up in the backfield, that's just going to be so delicious.
Did you see that in the preseason? They did that a few times in the red zone.
I know. That's what I'm saying. When I saw that, I was like, whoa.
Here's the thing, Crakrok. You were talking about DFS analogies. Later in this draft, we're going to draft some tight ends who are going to have a pretty nice week 1 salary. But Brock Bowers' week 15 salary on DraftKings is going to be like 6,800, and we're going to be really happy to have.
Can't even fit him. Like the lines just don't even work if you play him.
It doesn't work. They don't get
three home games in the sprint. I mean, sorry, 3 dome games.
You see, that's where I love you putting on that DFS. Those thoughts. You got to get the best ball out and get the DFS in. Start thinking DFS for all those weeks 1 through 17. I know Gretsch can do that.
And you know what's also really nice, Crack? if like Brock Bowers, if this foot thing lingers, we just cut him. We just
cut him. That's right. Yeah, he's a rookie. I mean, probably not even gonna play much.
Just cut him. Yeah, cut Hurts as well. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We'll get Danny Dimes in the 20th round. It's so funny that the 2 wide receivers you love just went right next to us. I mean, how much?
King Summer, dude. Tank down, Xavier Worthy, lock the fucking.
I love. It. He's like 5'11", but Davis loves him so much that he's now considered short.
So what? Your impression of Davis is spot on, and just what was, because I see a picture. You used to have a picture of some random old dude with Davis, like with the wig on. Who is that? Explain that shit to me. I don't know what's going on there.
You mean me dressing up as Davis and then Davis using that as his avatar? Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
It was so good.
I think that's what Davis looks like now.
No.
When I see that, I think, oh,
it was just, you guys have so many inside jokes that no one fucking gets. You have a vocabulary that no one fucking, half the people don't even understand unless you go to the basketball streams. You need like a closed caption underneath to actually stream what you're actually saying, because your lingo is like, it literally is best ball bro language, and I'm just like, what are they fucking talking about? I can't even understand it.
Yeah, can I circle back to this? Now as I realize the question you were asking, it's me dressed up as Davis got categorized as a random old dude.
Yes.
No. It's not you, dude. It's some other person.
I think that's Pete.
I promise I'm dressing up as Davis.
Wait, let me see if I can pull up the picture I'm talking about. So we're not.
I cannot wait to see this picture.
You know what he's talking about? I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the photo Davis posted with Dan Bach earlier announcing his partnership with Roto Grinders. It's the photo of next to Dan Bach that he's referencing. I really hope so, at least.
Wait, can you show me that?
Yes.
I don't
All
know.
right. We're leaving the draft board. We are going to go to Davis's Twitter account. Is this the photo you were talking about?
No.
It's just you, man. He's talking about you.
What are you talking about?
Now pull up the basketball.
So then it must be a picture of you. It must be a picture of you with the wig on. I'm talking about the wig on.
Hang on. Let me go to one here. I've been tweeting a lot. Let me find this. Someone reposted a screenshot of it, of me as Davis. Is this the photo you're talking about?
No, but it is kind of that.
It's the same old guy, right?
Yeah, same old guy.
Just a different wig.
Yeah.
Crakrok, that's me. Are you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about a Davis used to use an old, like I use Mahomes as my
Davis's avatar, which was, he's talking about the avatar, which was Pete.
That photo looks exactly like that photo I just showed him.
It does, but the guy looks way older and has like this massive nose.
The guy is Pete.
It's Pete.
Oh my god.
Oh.
This is beautiful.
Well, yes. Davis, your impression of Davis is so fucking spot on. It's really good.
Apparently, I'm not projecting young enough to really sell it, though.
No,
random old guy, you get to do it. Where do you hire these people?
Yeah, Davis is loving this. Absolutely loving this.
Oh my
Man,
god.
between ESPN doxing my age and Crakrok referring to me as the old guy with the big nose in Davis's photo, I've never been down so horrendous. I've never even gotten the big nose comment. This is new to me.
I really like you going.
I want to tell Davis to give me his old thumbnail.
Is this what he's talking about, Gretch? Who's the Huskies player that I had as my Steve Entman? Is that what you're talking about?
No,
he's definitely talking about.
Are you talking about this?
He's desperately trying to find other old guys. Is this it?
No. I know about it. It had to be, but I want to see you in the wig as the thumbnail. That's not the thumbnail that Davis used. What is Davis's old thumbnail? Because he updated it. But go back a year. What did he used to always use?
It was a picture of Pete.
I'm just saying the photo I showed you of me dressed up as Davis this year is like nearly identical to the photo I think you're talking about.
Okay. Well, then it was a very small photo and I couldn't see it.
Well, clearly the nose was really popping off the page.
It was mostly nose.
It didn't look like you. I want that fucking picture. Davis, where are you? Give me your old fucking.
Davis has definitely got it saved on his comp somewhere. He's got it because he made it his PFP.
I'll pull it up. I mean, I'm just. All right. Okay. I'm gonna find this. This is a great way to kill time on the wrap. That's for sure.
Yeah. This is a good stream to be in the 12 hole.
All right,
imagine timing out as I'm trying to find a photo of me doing Davis cosplay.
Do we want to start adding to the queue?
Yeah,
sure.
All right, I'm just adding random people. Oh, there's another one. Oh, and Fat Keenan, where did this come from? Fat Keenan and Rome in the 7th round. That could be a steal.
Yeah, I was hoping Rome would come back.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
All right, so let's rank. Wait, why don't I have this guy here? All right, Gretch, move that queue around to your what do we need?
Is it this one?
That one, yes. 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 That is Pete.
God fucking damn it.
Yes. That
I guess my nose does kind of look bad there.
It does look bigger than usual.
Oh, God, you're so fucking funny, man. I got to get you your own show, man.
He's got like 17 of them.
Davis is having the night of his life.
That is true. I got to get another beer.
Oh my God.
This is fantastic.
All right, let's look at our makeup here. We got 3 wide receivers, a running back. Oh, that Bowers pick. Look, there's no purple after. Oh, Njoku went.
And Goddard.
Random old dude.
Oh, I'm late on that. Now, do you see any purple talent left?
Not at this.
Not really.
Not
here. Yeah.
I say this is a.
I think one of these picks is for sure a wide receiver.
I agree.
Oh, without a doubt. I'm just wondering we do both.
There are some really nice running backs here.
Yeah,
I would be fine with
yeah.
a double tap at wide receiver because we got that Gibbs anchor too.
Yeah, it depends on who falls, but I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, and look at there's a lot of green that came, which means there's some. Yeah, we're looking pretty nice. Great. Because we have two RBs that out of those two RBs, okay. But that's fine.
I'm not opposed to a rookie wide receiver double tap here.
I mean, we're taking one for sure. I think we take one of these rookie wide receivers.
Well, which one do you like more, one or two?
Well,
I like one more.
One.
Yes.
Two right behind it.
Okay, so that's done.
I think one's gonna go.
Now, well, this guy again is. I mean, talk about zero RB. Is he finally going to pull the trigger on an RB?
I just feel like he's drafting off one of our lists.
He's just drafting off of whoever we talk about. So.
What, you think this guy is listening?
Yeah.
No way. Well, he did take
Chase Brown. Definitely drafting off one of our lists, potentially mine, because Chase Brown is trying to back him up.
He's taking all your fucking guys. Holy shit.
I got Trey McBride ranked tight end one. I had Rasheed Rice ranked as a top right receiver at that spot. This might be a stealing signal subscriber.
I'll make a case for Warren, and that I don't think we are going to see him here for much longer if he's trending towards playing week 1, which it appears that he is. And the running backs get dried up pretty quickly in this compared to what we're used to. So be like a nice potential value.
BT Warren sounds great to me.
I want to get Pat a Warren. It was really sad last week.
I'm going to add 2.
Taking Warren away from Pat is like worse than taking candy away from my child. Let's take BT first.
I'll take BT. Yeah, you're good with BT, right?
Take BT first. Take BT.
And then
I think we're all.
And then just look at those other 2 RBs that I added at the bottom.
Yeah, I think from a volume-based perspective, they make sense, but I don't know that you're going to get that much more volume than you even get with Warren because of how much they're going to run. And then I just feel a lot better about his talent.
I think we can take a bigger cut because we have Gibbs.
I'm pretty firmly Warren over those guys. I'm in Pat's.
I like Warren here a lot, Crack.
And I like Najee breaking down.
If you weren't going to go Warren, it would be for Ladd. It would be for another rookie receiver. But I think
Keon. I think Keon would be in the conversation too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like Warren. He's a PPR guy. He catches so many balls like Gibbs. It's just a perfect.
Let's do it. I mean, the running backs are going to get annihilated over the next 20
8-9 here. It's just going to be all green. I like that a
Producer?
lot.
we need a Warren clip.
I like that a lot, especially in the 8th round, and he's getting that injury discount. I mean, I saw him
still getting it right now.
In the early drafts. I saw him sometimes going before Najee. And Najee could be spent. And Warren is just that guy is just like like a bull. I know he tweaked his hamstring, but I do not think a hamstring in training camp is the end all. All right, time to bust out. I'm getting another beer and gonna smoke.
Yeah, get yourself right.
Smoking over here.
Crack has been so dialed in sober. He definitely deserves to kind of relax now. Here's the team so far. We go Puka Gibbs at the 1-2 turn. We come back. We get DK Metcalf and Devontae Smith at the 3-4 turn. We stack that bitch up with Jalen Hurts. We grab Brock Bowers after just the lightest of strong arming. And then we go Brian Thomas and Jaylen Warren. So we got those 4 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 quarterback, 1 tight end. Crakrok wanted that starting lineup filled. I would say our starting lineup is looking pretty nicely filled right now, fellas.
It's done.
Yeah.
Both
That-
flexes, wide receiver. It's beautiful.
That's what I'm talking about. That's that's a maximum DFS lineup. It's just so easy to do that. And then now you're just give me depth, just juicy depth. Let the green just go.
That we can move on from if we need to.
Yeah, that we can cut.
Cut them all.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Are we in round 11 yet? Are we at the cut levels?
Soon. We're going to be at the 10-11 turn. And I mean,
Oh, no.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not
fall in
married to
love.
Warren. If we want to throw him back, I'm down.
Wait, click.
Never been more married to a player before.
And then another funny thing is I'm watching Liam do a draft, and because he's over at RT, I guess MLB, you guys, Fantasy Life is doing some sponsoring for RT because I saw Dwayne over there.
Yeah, Dwayne and Ian are drafting on RT.
So I was in their draft, and I'm watching their stream, and they misclicked, and all of a sudden they're like, I'm not hitting the button, dude. I'm so embarrassed. Liam's like, I can't do it. It's so degrading. And I'm like, have you guys no shame? And they go, no, we're clicking the button. They go to the commission help, and they say, no, we had him on top of our queue, and we got to roll it back. And Liam was so embarrassed.
Are you talking about the Liam stream last year?
Yes.
I know that Dwayne and Ian didn't do that. You're talking about the Liam.
This was Liam, Jason, and Ron.
Yes.
Yes, Liam.
They wanted. So they'd taken Jordan Mason. And they wanted Justin Fields for the upside swing. And Liam said the bigger upside swing was Elijah Mitchell.
yes, they were exactly. They were
taking track at the 49ers backfield, and then he timed out. Now, in Liam's defense, there seemed to be multiple people with the queue open, and he had Justin Fields at the top of the queue.
And we did that. And we did that once. Remember, we did that like with the DeAndre Hopkins thing. So, speaking of, look who goes. There's DeAndre.
There he goes.
But remember, the commish were like, yeah, he was on the top of our queue.
And then we took him on the next turn anyway.
Yeah, because Pat was like,
It's like the worst thing you could do. If you stop the draft for somebody that you're going to take 5 picks later anyway.
It's bad. It's bad.
It was just so funny. He was so embarrassed. And then I started hazing him in the chat. And then guess who showed up in the chat? Dave Hubbard was there. Hubbard was in the chat. The old Hubbard. So then I go to Hubbard. I realize it's him. I go, did Texas succeed from the Union yet? So Hubbard and this other guy start fucking going, fuck you, you piece of shit motherfucker. I didn't, you know where my address is. Come on down here, crack. New York is scum, you fucking motherfucking Kamala Cracklin and this other guy. We own you. And I'm like, Hubbard, dude, you had last time I spoke to you on Twitter, you fucking made your account private, you fucking snowflake. And he goes, fuck you and fuck your Twitter shit, motherfucker. I don't fucking care. You know where I live in Texas, motherfucker. You come down here, I'll meet you any day.
I've never heard of inviting someone over to your house for a fight.
He does. No, literally was just like, come down here to Texas and I will show you. And then I got him. I go, but didn't you have Ted Cruz going to, because he said Ted Cruz was going to go to the Supreme Court and argue for the electors. So I'm like, what happened to Ted Cruz? And you were going to succeed. And he goes, fuck you, I'm going to come down to Texas. And I'm like, dude, I just bought 2 places in Texas, I told him. And
Craig said, I'm the biggest Blake you've met. You think I'm showing up to Texas even if I tell you I am?
Craig, I don't know if you can do weed dispensaries in Texas. I don't think that's allowed.
And Liam and Ron were in the chat. We're doing their stream, and they're like, what the fuck is going on with Crakrok and this guy? And then Hubbard in the middle of it.
This was all happening in the chat?
In the chat with Bryce. So Bryce starts going, you guys got to shut the fuck up. I will ban you from FFPC, and I will not tolerate this kind of talk. And And Hubbard just said, "Fuck you! I don't care if you ban me. You can ban. I don't need this text." And I was just like, I'm like, "Are you triggered much?" And then this other guy comes in and goes, "We own you, Crack. We own you." And I'm like, "Then why don't you fucking open up your Twitter account, you fucking faggot?"
Okay, all right. Let's chill there, Crakrok.
Right.
We were letting you cook. We're letting you cook. Then we got to draw the line at the F-bomb there, buddy.
Is that a YouTube thing?
Yes,
it's just sort of a society.
It's just
a societal thing. It's a human
Yeah.
decency.
Yeah. When you grow up in New York, it's part of the lexicon. Everything.
Hey, we appreciate you walking up to the line. You crossed it. We'll walk you back. We'll regroup. We'll press onward.
All right, time to. I got to calm down. I'm worked up.
Hey, Lad McConkey's still here, guys. Can you believe it?
Crakrok, I will tell you, I feel like I got a vivid picture of what happened that night. I do feel like I got it.
Yeah, I certainly do.
Next time, when you see Liam or Ron, ask him about it. It was so funny. They were like, "What is going on in this inside chat?" They couldn't figure it out, and then they got the commissioner response. They were so flustered. It was very funny.
So I want to point out something. So Blake Corum just went. The Kyron panic didn't lead to a huge Blake Corum rise. I thought it might. People were like, Blake Corum needs to go like multiple rounds higher, but he's not really like. I mean, 902 is a little higher.
He should jump up. I mean, to me, the thing I'm nervous about with Kyron isn't the punt return thing. It's that when like Jordan Rodriguez gets asked about it, she's like, "Yeah, I think they're gonna have like a pretty decent role for Corum. Like it's not the Kyron show."
Yeah,
and this whole ADP is based on it being the Kyron show. Not his whole ADP because he is good, but he's a chunk play runner. He needs the volume.
Well, and one of the big things is there's no third back. Like Ronnie Rivers is there. He's going to play some special teams. They only kept 3.
Yeah.
And so, like, part of my thing with Kyron is like, okay, even if he's at like, he was at 90% snaps in a bunch of games last year. If he's at like 70%, that's not the end of the world, or 65%. It's still like good for a lot of other backs. But Corum gets the full 35 on the other side, right?
Well,
like
that's the part I really agree with. I think because I actually do think Kyron really does have silent killer downside at this price. Like 65% of the snaps, he's not particularly likely to outscore like a James Conner.
I know. I'm saying that's like the downside. I don't think he's going to get lower than that.
I think that was the thing that was interesting is that to Pat's point, right? That they wanted to, or maybe Gresh's point, that Kyron was moving down, but Corum didn't move up on the news. Like that seemed like everyone's reaction of like theoretically those things are directly correlated. How you would want to play that.
And like if Corum's going to be a because I also think he's still a really good handcuff. If Kyron misses time, Corum probably gets 90% all of the sudden, right? Because they don't have the third version of this. The whole idea was that they needed to go draft Corum so they could replicate Kyron, but it's not Ronnie Rivers. They had Ronnie Rivers last year. That wasn't the answer. So if Kyron goes down, Corum could step into the 90% that Kyron had last year, which is what I've been excited about with Corum. But if he's also going to have, let's say it's 75-25, but he gets the full 25 on the sec, because in a lot of backfields, a third back also mixes in on long down distance, whatever. But if he gets the full other 25 or 30%, he's going to have some standalone value there. And especially in plus scripts and stuff, like he'll end up with 8-10 touches and he'll score a TD and he'll like make some of these best ball lineups. Plus he's an elite handcuff. Like that's a really good profile.
It reminds me a little bit of Alexander Madison, where like Dalvin Cook was better than Madison, but Madison still worked in a little bit. And when Cook missed time, Madison just got everything. And that's kind of like, we like these profiles where like when the starter misses time, the backup actually gets more work than the starter was getting because there's no third guy.
All right. We are 3 picks away. Some of the picks since we last took Warren, we saw a flurry of quarterbacks go: Stroud, Richardson, Kyler, Burrow, Jaden Daniels, Love. Some of the nice running back targets: Singletary, Pollard, Spears, Brooks, Corum, Robinson, Eckler, Ford. Only one tight end recently. TJ Hawkinson went. Ladd did end up going at 9.6. Keon went at 9.1. Ford just goes, and now we are 2 away from picking here.
There's a couple picks I really like here.
Yeah, I just added Ford. What's your thoughts on 3?
Ford got drafted.
I don't love 3. That's the guy. The one of the 4. The 3 is my least favorite.
I'm gonna put one more in if another wide receiver if we were to consider one.
Yeah, just add at this point. Anyone? I mean, just go.
I like the running back that's in there. I don't think he should be available.
God,
this.
I was going down the table for Hollywood Brown.
You wouldn't have had to pound hard. I think he would have been a nice pick there.
Yeah,
I would agree. I would agree with you.
He got an injury that is not supposed to linger into the regular season, and that's still a really good passing situation to be a part of, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Give me a discount and then I'm in.
Yeah, I'm totally in the 9th round. You kidding me?
That was a huge. What was his ADP? His ADP is 100, and he just went at 106.
I just think
100 part is the part that I don't understand.
I think number 2 could look at 130. Looks.
I'm not seeing that personally with all the projections and stuff. Crack when you dig into the.
Yeah, I'm not.
The routes and the per route volume and all that. It's tough to see, in my opinion.
Okay.
So it's available in that offense.
I really like Zach Moss at this price.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting him in the 10th round. I also do. I think number 1 is.
Yeah, 1 feels like a pretty.
Addison or Jamison both look nice to me.
Oh yeah, actually,
I would be Moss and a receiver.
Yeah, Moss is the last running back in my tier.
Moss makes sense. Like he fits the build really well. I like that pick. And then I don't know. I mean,
I kind of want to go. Are we going to say? I kind of want to go Jameson and Addison. We only have 4 receivers. It's kind of.
I think we should go Moss and a receiver.
Okay.
All right. Let's
take Moss first.
Yeah. Let's take Moss. Take Moss.
I'm cool with either of these receivers.
All right. Let's just think.
I am too. Not Shakir.
Yeah, I like Addison and Jameson more than. I guess it's tough to.
I was looking at buys. We have a 5 and a 6.
One thing I'll say, just from you want the DFS hat. If something happens to Laporta or ARSB, having Gibbs and Jameson is a pretty fun, correlated, boost to both of our horses.
Ooh, that actually makes me want to go Addison personally. I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be if they lose out, but I don't like having 2 secondary pieces. It's kind of like the Gibbs Laporta.
I mean, at this price, I think that those can. I'm just saying,
less important. Yeah.
It opens up.
I forgot we had Gibbs.
I'm good with either though. I love Addison.
I'm good with either.
They're a flip of the coin. I just think that Addison just is better as a player.
All right.
I like that take a little bit too.
Let's do Addison.
I mean, and that value there at 10 is just, again, we're getting Warren and Addison were not going in the 8th and 10th round early on before their injuries and whatever the DUI or whatever. I mean, Addison was going in the 6th round. Warren, as I said, was going with Najee sometimes in the 6th round. And Moss is a guy who early on, I mean, was getting all the hype, was going in the 4th, 5th round.
Yeah, you know what, Pat, your Chase Brown take definitely sunk in a little bit. And I'm with you, man. 7-11 Chase Brown or 9-12 Zach Moss. I think at that point, I'm more comfortable with the Zach Moss price. I will admit.
Yeah, Pat,
I like Chase Brown a lot, but it's a good point.
No,
good point.
I just think you should be willing to play it both ways. One of these guys is going to be a mega smash. I'm telling you,
mega smash.
Yeah, no, you definitely want both. I mean, I do have Chase Brown. I basically didn't take enough Chase Brown early. Then once I realized I was wrong, I got really aggressive and tried to get as much as humanly possible while I was still in the 100s. I got up to 13% on underdog. So I'm not fading Chase Brown. There is a point at which the price gets a little steamy and I'm like, there's other guys here I just rather bet on.
In the gap on FFPC, to this point, the 7-11, I mean, Chase Brown goes 99, 100 on underdog, and then Zach Moss will go at 108, 109 in most. This is a much bigger gap
Yeah, they used to.
right there.
Yeah, they used to trigger each other. When you saw Brown go or Moss go, it's like usually the other one followed very closely behind.
Yeah, and generally, like in this type of situation, we want to not be overconfident about how it's going to break. And like, I think Brown's the better bet, but like, if you're going to basically pay me to be open-minded to it being Zach Moss, I will accept the payment.
Back on the like the Addison versus JMO thing, one nice thing is like obviously Addison might miss some games, might be ramped up, but I do feel like the paths to knowing when to start those two guys is probably going to feel better with Addison. Like I feel like it'll be more binary where I can see Jameson Williams being like a poor man's like Niners piece where you're like once every 4 weeks he gives you that mega game, but it like kind of sucks knowing when it's going to be. Whereas like if Addison's good, doesn't get suspended, is healthy, I feel like you're just going to be happy to start him through the bye weeks, plug him in, etc.
And I love Crakrok's take that like he's just better. And I don't
For
like
sure.
Jameson was not great in Ohio State. He had a transfer. He had one really great year at Alabama and then has struggled at the NFL level. And we're hoping for him to turn it on and become something that he has not shown that he can be necessarily consistent at the NFL level. I'm in on it, and I've made the bet in main event. I'm in on it. But Addison was a Biletnikoff winner, was really great at 2 different colleges, came into the NFL and scored 10 touchdowns as a 21-year-old rookie. That's a way fucking better body of work going into year 2.
And that's why he's getting DUIs in LA, because he knows he's having a great fucking time. I mean, what he did at USC was pretty incredible. So all the talent is there, and on top of which, JJ is going to get. I mean, Jefferson's going to be double covered every single game now that we're back to Darnold. So that's just to get a second wide receiver in the 10th round. That's what you have to do at 12. You just have to say what falls to us and just scoop up that value. And we've been doing that every pick. And that's why you just can't let the 12 intimidate you, because all of a sudden you find these values.
I mean, the best thing is we could just cut it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we're at the round 10 and we still don't have a cuttable player. You're not cutting Jordan Addison.
I don't know.
We had
another DUI. We're cutting him.
On that stream where we took Chase Brown with Sean, we were deciding probably between him and Brian Thomas. And when we took Chase Brown, we ended up getting Jordan Addison on that team. And Sean was like, I got the sense, maybe he outright said, but he hinted strongly, if not, that he thinks Addison basically should go ahead of Thomas.
He loves Addison.
Yeah. And like, it's one of those takes where it's like, it's not like that easy to push back on, it's like, Addison had a pretty strong rookie season. He's in a well-designed passing offense. Darnold might be a disaster, but they've gotten a lot of yards out of Nick Mullins. Like this could be, in some ways, McCarthy not being out there might be good for the veterans, because they're not going to have to deal with a rookie who they're hiding and stuff.
Also, TJ is hurt. Hawkinson
is hurt. Yeah.
So
the body of work in college again with Brian Thomas.
Very good.
3rd-year breakout, Jordan Addison, multiple year star, right? I mean, it's different.
Yeah. I mean, Thomas never really broke out. He's like he's bet on athleticism and early declare plus first round capital. But Addison was a big too.
Scroll us the
profile.
F down.
Good. It's good. It's a good profile.
Yeah. Scroll us the F down, Pete.
For what reason?
No, because I can't see. I just want to see. We're down to 11.
Oh, you want to see more of the blank space? Okay.
There we go.
One note you made there, and I think I may have made this take recently, but I just wanted to emphasize it. You mentioned the Nick Mullins thing and not having a rookie as a backup. Like I think that's been under discussed, and I think it needs to be discussed more. But like, I think that's good for Jefferson. That JJ McCarthy getting hurt, the immediate response was, "Ooh, now we really got to move Jefferson down." And I even had that immediate reaction. And then the days after, I was like, no, this is actually good for Jefferson. Nick Mullins as the backstop if Sam Darnold isn't good. We saw last year that Kevin O'Connell will run the really fast-paced offense. Part of the reason that a lot of people have made the case that Sam Darnold could be good in this offense is because of what Nick Mullins did in this offense last year.
Right.
He had 4 starts with Jefferson. All 4 of them, Jefferson got 10 or more targets. The pass rate was high and a ton of volume to Justin Jefferson. I mean, if Mullins plays this year, I think it's good for Jefferson. I think it's good for the pass volume. I think it's going to be good for Addison ultimately as well. And having him as the backstop instead of a rookie, if Darnold can't play, ideally Darnold is just good, right? But if
it also
struggles,
it changes what the season is for, right? The season was going to be for making JJ McCarthy kind of get comfortable in the offense, and who cares what the record is. But now the season would be like, yo, let's try to sneak in the playoffs if we can. Like,
that's right.
So
I have at Stealing Lines, I have a bet on the Lions from early in April to win the division. And when JJ McCarthy got hurt, I was like, that hurts my bet that I have placed already. It hurts the bet. Because it makes the Vikings as the long shot and actually a competitor to come out of nowhere and win the division. Because it's not a JJ McCarthy year, like you just said.
Well, I'm gonna see these guys this weekend playing golf, but they basically what they said is after JJ went down.
That was so good. That was so fucking good.
They just said that this is like a free season for them. This is like, just let it fucking hang,
Yeah.
They're just like, fuck it, JJ's our whole fucking future. He's gone. We know that now. Let him sit in the sideline. He'll learn as much as he can, but now we can just have the free for all to just fucking, chuck it.
So you wanted Addison, and you're golfing with the owners of the Vikings this weekend. Feel like that's all we needed to say. That makes it a good pick. I'm in.
Where are you guys golfing, Crack? Where are you going to be at?
Well, we're going to be in New Jersey.
Okay.
So we were at the same golf club. They're from New Jersey. They're Jersey people. Jersey.
Okay.
And but they were, let's just say, very upset about the injury, but they weren't that upset because they were gonna wait until 8, 9 and hope Darnold, did something. So they're fine with him not playing. But Darnold, they got on a short leash. So that's why when you're talking about Mullins, that could be a real thing.
We are 3 picks away from the 11-12 turn. We got our 1 quarterback, our 1 tight end, our 3 running backs, and our 5 wide receivers. So lots of different directions we can go here. The running backs are getting absolutely chewed up since we picked Zach Moss, Jalen Wright, J.K. Dobbins, Jordan Mason, Nick Chubb, Ray Davis, Trey Benson, Bucky Irving, Gus Edwards, and Chuba Hubbard are all off the board.
Bucky lingered in the 16th on Underdog all offseason, and I think I have over 35%, and I was like, this is insane. And now he's jumped Gus Edwards. That's insane. He's ahead of a lot of other rookies that I don't even he wasn't even the top player on my board when he went at this point. That's early for Bucky.
I think one of these picks absolutely should be a running back. I think you make a case for RB or RB wide receiver. I don't see much at tight end.
I lean RB with who we're looking at.
Yeah, it looks great.
Zach Charbonnet goes off the board. We're on deck.
I could see a receiver here too.
I love number 1.
Number 1.
Yes. We all love number 1.
We're
okay. And then if I had a choice, I actually like number 2.
Yeah, my only thought is I do think the 2v2s, I think running back is going to be pretty gross at pick 20 and 24 picks from now. We could be best ball bro, shut it down at running back after double tapping here.
We got the first guy at least.
So I think if we think through
this would be our 4th.
Right.
Yes.
And we think through what we've got. We've got Gibbs as an anchor between Warren, Moss, and Jaleel, who we're going to take here with the first pick. We're pretty good as far as what we're doing early in the season production-wise, which has me wanting to because Ty Chandler's here, it's kind of interesting, but let's get away from the best ball brain and take the biggest swing on the board, which is Kimani Vidal.
That feels like a little Vidal over Braylon and Ty Chandler.
Yeah, because
I have him straight up ranked over those guys.
I'd rather go Polk than Vidal.
Pete, the reason for Vidal is, he can
him.
take over the backfield in a way that
we could cut him.
Braylon Allen cannot.
Okay. So
where's Crack? I definitely prefer. Yeah. I would rather just go Polk, or I like Polk, Allen, and Chandler. So I think I'm on an island with you guys with Vidal.
I don't think Chandler's even in the discussion with 4 running backs already. I think that's silly.
I think
I would be Lloyd or Braylon Allen or Vidal.
What do you mean it's not? It's still a contingent bet. Like it's the similar big swing if Aaron Jones gets hurt.
Yeah, but it's not like a huge talent hit, right? Like the 3 rookies are.
I'd probably be Polk 2, but
where are you at, Crack?
I'm at 1. I don't know who even added him. I just think there's an injury risk to Cooper, and if he has so much talent, and I think we get these other guys somehow.
So you want Judy over Polk?
Yeah.
All right, go get your guy, Crack.
Sorry, Pete, I didn't mean to be a dick about it, but I saw the chat saying it too, and I wasn't trying to say it's silly, but because I think the Vidal, what Pat's point was, and then Lloyd and then Allen are all these huge talent swings where they could someday be a first round pick in fantasy, right? Like that's not likely, but that can happen with the rookies, right? It's not going to happen for Ty Chandler. He's just who he is at this point, kind of.
I just think if I think about how clean something can break for a running back to just be an absolute difference maker. While I do buy the Vidal thesis, there still is a hurdle. It is Gus, it is Dobbins. I see the path. I can see it. But the cleanliness of Aaron Jones gets hurt, Breece Hall gets hurt. It's bang, bang, no questions. There's a series of questions to get there with Kimani.
There is, yeah, but he
was on the roster bubble 2 weeks ago, and I'm
for sure. The floor is.
I don't.
The floor
I don't
is.
think he was ever on the roster bubble. I would just say that. I think that was not having any information and the beat speculating, and then they ended up circling back on that really quickly when we got more information.
But it's a floor ceiling.
They held him out of the preseason third game when they played Patterson and Spiller. I think he might play week 1.
But
Me too.
Isn't Spiller still there too?
Yeah. I don't think Spiller's an issue. To me, it's just I do think he's clearly the third back right now, and there's the hurdles that he has to get there.
Right.
Yeah.
But, Dobbins might not really be anything coming off the Achilles, and Gus is Gus.
But the thing is I agree. Maybe Dobbins is still not all the way back, but unless he's hurt, I think he's going to get touches. I think they would be content to have a timeshare thing if all of the backs are healthy.
I think they would be content to do that. What I like about Vidal is how much do I win when a player is pretty good? And Vidal, I can stand to win a lot by him just being pretty good, because Dobbins might be over. He's had so many injuries, and Gus has been propped up in a Lamar Jackson rushing offense. He might stink. He's had pretty good efficiency, but he's a second contract back. He's very limited, 2 downs only.
Super film take 2, but Kimani Vidal is a Jim Harbaugh runner. He looks just like Frank Gore, dude. When you watch him run, when he was running in the preseason, it's a very film-based take.
But so does Gus.
They are going to like him. I promise you.
Gus Edwards is that back as well.
Gus Edwards is that back. Yeah.
I remember him at Rutgers. At Rutgers, he played at Rutgers because I love Rutgers. Obviously, a Jersey boy. But that guy's fucking hard-nosed up and down. So the good thing I like is the yellow I'm seeing, and not the – I think we had the green. So I think some of these guys may come. The 4 guys we have there, I think we may get one of them back. Do you think there's a chance that those come back?
We'll see.
No.
The chat saying
Maybe.
Vidal's so hyped. I just want to. I don't think he's hyped enough. I think Pat's with me on this. I don't think he's hyped enough. Like we went a little overboard, I think, with the one roster projection that left him off. And even when Daniel Popper did that for the Athletic, he was like, "I'm doing it because I don't know." Like it's really a challenging thing to read right now. And then when the second preseason game came, they brought Vidal in after 3 snaps, played him on the first drive, played him a lot, got him a lot of work, and then they sat him down in the third preseason game. They played Patterson and Spiller. They ended up cutting Spiller. They sat Vidal with the other starters. Like if you talk to Popper, the fantasy community has taken this and run with it. If you talk to Popper, he would tell you, I don't stand by that first 53-man projection. He was never on the roster bubble. Like that's not the way the rest of August played out. Now we have Vidal. I mean, the 12th round is still like it's an aggressive price, but we have Vidal in this like mystique of like, oh, do they even like him? It's like I'm pretty sure they really like him. He's a really good profile. Like JJ loved him pre-draft. Siegel loved him pre-draft. I know Pat, you didn't love him quite as much, but
I didn't really love him. But there's like my thing with running backs is there's sort of a floor at which they are all kind of he's met the floor by doing stuff that's not in the profile. He's met the floor by getting rested in the third preseason game and being big enough and having a little juice and being in a good situation. Like there gets to me with the running backs, like I tend to be pretty talent focused early and I tend to be more situation focused late. And this is kind of where we blend. Like you get into the 10th, 12th round and I'm like, you're probably talented enough. You've got enough size. Like it's not like an undersized scat back we're betting on here. This is like a big dude who could take over a backfield that's pretty ripe for someone to take over. So yeah, I mean, it's like, we always want to be looking for who could be a James Robinson, like a UDFA guy didn't really have, I mean, Vidal was drafted, but, no draft capital behind him really. And just kind of lands in a good situation. And they're like, yeah, this dude's doing the things we like and he's doing them consistently. So we're just going to keep giving him the ball. Like that's where I think he actually does have a path to that. And the debate is how realistic that is, but he has that path. And
I mean, if Edwards is not good and if Dobbins is not healthy, like that path is pretty realistic too.
Yeah.
Right?
And in managed, that path is like very important. Like you're like the fact that we're buying it with a heaping helping of downside is just so much less of a concern.
I just think like some of the stuff like right now, all we know is that J.K. Dobbins is healthy. Aaron Jones has never stayed healthy throughout his career either. Like, so you can easily be like, Ty Chandler, like Aaron Jones never stays healthy. Like, I like Vidal. I just think he's a cut below a couple of those guys. But how about this? Crack, sell us on Jerry Jeudy. You wanted Jerry Jeudy. You were the highest on him of any of us. Why should we be excited to have just landed Jerry Jeudy?
He's got a lot to prove. He got big money, and Cooper could easily break down and lead him into, that number 1 status. A number 1 wide receiver on the team. I mean, there's really no wide receiver 2. I mean, the jet guy, Elijah Moore, is done. So we saw Jeudy has talent. We saw that talent at Alabama. I saw it at Denver. They just didn't get him the ball. So, here's a guy who go for 1,000 yards, just like Addison. I mean, I see him is just like, Addison with that talent. I mean, you cannot deny that he doesn't have excellent receiving skills. It's just that Denver thing was so fucked up. I don't know what is going on there Sean Payton just ruined that fucking team.
I think I'm more worried about the quarterback situation than I even am Jerry Jeudy's talent, which says a lot because there's a lot of questions about Jerry Jeudy, but that's the thing that's hard for me right now.
That's totally fair. But on the flip side, what happens if he kind of returns to form?
I will say, if you look at the per route profiles, the like targets per route, ADOT, weighted targets per route, even the yards per target side, the efficiency, the yards per out run. Cooper's coming off a career high year and Judy's coming off a career low. It was not great with Russ last year, but the body of work over multiple years, they're very similar. Like one of the cases I've made at Stealing Signals is I don't know that the gap should be as wide as it is because Jeudy like runs routes in the same depth, draws targets at a similar rate per route over the course of Amari's career, and also is reasonably efficient typically at those when you depth adjust for it. Same way that Amari is reasonably efficient typically. Their body of work, their year-to-year yards per run, both of them bounce around a little. They're all in the same ballpark. I mean, I could see Jeudy just being better. He's the younger one.
Exactly. And we all see Cooper breaking down, this whole preseason. So, Kareem.
I put him in the queue. I was going to actually try to sell you guys on Savages here at this
No, I'd be into it.
Yeah. I mean, I think
a peek,
he's going to keep moving up over the next week.
For sure. I mean, if he plays like a decent amount in week 1, like that's pretty bullish, and you'll know that by the time you need to make decisions.
And like, you want to talk about a guy like he doesn't need to get acclimated to the system. Like the dude's a fucking professional. Like he's gonna be in there and up to speed in like 2 days. Since we took Jeudy, the running backs that have gone off the board: Ty Chandler, Zeke, Vidal, Algier, Braylon, Marshawn Lloyd, P. Ryan, and Tracy just goes now. We are on deck. Definitely a couple different ways we can go here. Some interesting names. Tracy was going to be the guy I was going to float.
That was kind of that last rookie that if we could have got him to us, that would have been nice.
Yeah, I like Algier a lot also. I think he could be
we don't draft handcuffs. Crakrok, I don't know if we told you we don't draft handcuffs.
All right, we're close. Does everyone say a number as their first?
I like 3 as one of our picks for sure.
I agree. I think 3 is.
Why'd you say 4? Sure.
3 for sure. 80 Mitchell goes. I would pound the table for Noah Fant as one of these 2.
Yes, I totally agree. We need some purple, and then on the second pick,
I mean, we could crank it and do Juwan too, right? I shouldn't have said his name, but
that makes a lot of sense to me. I think that makes a lot of sense.
15.
You could crank for sure. Yeah, you could try to corner the backfield in Denver with Estime would be the other kind of interesting.
Or you roll a clip.
Yeah.
Or you roll a clip. Or Gibson, I think, is interesting as as another handcuff.
Gibson's interesting. Yeah.
I'm gonna put Noah Fant at the top of the queue. I think we're all
No, that we have to take at least
we gotta take Fant.
Yeah.
I say we push Estime because we already have the McLaughlin thing. I mean, I guess in terms of breaking a tie, if one you want
then I would just say I think I'm definitely tight end or running back. I think after we did Jeudy, we don't need a wide receiver here.
Yeah, I think I'm Juwan or Gibson.
I like that. I like that simplification.
I'm fine with either of those. I feel like the Gibson stuff is like more, I guess, it's kind of like the McLaughlin of New England.
I kind of think we can get Juwan on the way back. No?
Yeah, it might happen. I mean, we've already said his name, but it might happen.
Antonio Gibson's not coming back. He's live. At least he's playing.
Although we do have a lot of Gibson type plays. Are we going to be able to cut him? I want to make sure we can cut him.
I think we could cut Gibson if he's barely playing and the Patriots are an absolute disaster.
Because Warren, Moss, and McLaughlin are like
all right. We got to go. We got
Gibson.
Get your guy, Crack. Yeah, Gibson's good. Yeah, the one thing about Gibson is like I'm also going to want to see him with May, so he's not an auto week 1 cut, but like
that's
more
true.
Of a week 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said Lockett had an injury today.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat earlier too.
That's great. Fucking
another one.
I mean, that's a bit about Lockett, but that's awesome. I'm fucking stoked.
Just retire and sell houses, bro.
No, but when they did the first team offense on that one drive in the preseason, it was a lot of 3 wide receiver sets, but it was JSN and DK and Jake Bobo. And so they went like slot fade to JSN. They went to DK. He ends up scoring the TD. It was so sick. And I was like, I mean, I love Lockett, but if it's DK, JSN.
Yeah, it sounds like you really love him.
It's a fun offense. It's a fun offense if it's those 2.
Sounds like your best bud.
And I got a lot of JSN, so if Lockett got hurt again, I'm not
maybe too much from the sounds of it.
Probably.
So here's our squad here now through 13 rounds. Still Hurts at quarterback.
14.
Still have the four running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs, Jaylen Warren, Zach Moss, Jaleel McLaughlin. And just added Antonio Gibson. Sorry, 5 running backs there. We have the 6 wide receivers: Puka, DK Metcalf, Devontae Smith, Brian Thomas, Jordan Addison, and Jerry Jeudy, and now 2 tight ends: Brock Bowers, Noah Fant. So like positionally, we're in max flexibility mode.
Yeah, we're doing great.
I like this team, fellas. It's fun.
If Lockett is hurt, that Fant and DK Metcalf is pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I just put an insanely gross play into the bottom of the queue, number 7 right now.
It's so gross. It's not even showing up for me.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
I haven't seen it either. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I don't hate it.
You're like, I'm realizing how gross.
Honestly, Greg, like, trust me, there's a lot grosser things that could be in the queue than that.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a little disappointed that it's not that gross.
I was hoping for something more vomit worthy.
Yeah.
I was hoping for Jarrett Patterson because you're like, what if
you were hoping I threw Dalvin Cook in there after last night? I've been arguing with the ship chasers in the Discord all day.
What is the Dalvin Cook news? He's on the practice squad.
He's on the Cowboys practice squad. He's the new Melvin Gordon of the Cowboys.
Yeah, well, I really am curious to see how that RB situation works out in Dallas.
If it's as long as it's not Dalvin Cook, I'm good. I've been drafting Zeke in best ball. You know.
Did that guy just get Purdy in the 14th round? That seems awfully late.
I mean, Lawrence too. Both those guys are great.
Yeah, Lawrence. That's really late.
Well, see, that's where look at zero QB. I mean, granted, we had a chance at Hurts late, but I mean, if you just stick with zero QB, I mean, you can double tap Lawrence and Purdy in 13, 14. I mean,
well, that's why this happens every time you take an elite QB. Like, it feels so good when you click it, but then you can't always be like, man, what if we just took Xavier Worth? You know, like it always happens.
Yeah, but we have Hurts Devontae. Like, that is fun. Yeah. That is really fun.
Yeah, if we didn't have Devontae, we probably would have. We probably would have still taken him, but that is pretty nice.
It's a sprint play. I think the late round QB, if you were just optimizing to win your 12-person league, it's better to probably punt QB in this format. But if you're trying to win 1 million, when 8th place is 1/100th of first, having the elite QB stacked up is probably a good way to do it.
It's nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, I've gone back. The first 2 picks worked out fine. That actually helped us. It let us do that Hurts Bowers late, because that Hurts pick is pretty. I mean, if we took Bowers before, that means Hurts in the 6th round for the guy who basically is the best quarterback in the league.
No, it was an awesome price to get the stack and the value. You don't overthink that.
Yeah, that was nice.
Juwan does go.
There's another tight end here that
there's a couple interesting tight ends.
Yeah,
the guy at the bottom of the queue, 6.
Yeah,
you're into.
I'm into 6.
Well, yeah, I'll just put a couple more into.
I wonder what you think of this guy who I'm just going to add. Number 7.
I got to refresh. It's not popping up. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I don't mind 7. And I like 9 too. Honestly, I don't mind 8. I think
I put those in. I don't know what I put all of those in 7, 8, 9. So I want to make sure I know which one Crack is actually likes.
Yeah, no, I just don't. My question was, what do you think's going to happen there at that? I want to say this delicately. I mean,
just chill on it. Just sit on it, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think he's going to get the targets?
Whenever I
who we're
click a
talking
guy
about.
in a draft, the one thing I tell myself is he's definitely getting the targets.
Somebody in the chat just mentioned this Downs pick. I was looking at it too. I was thinking about this earlier because we just took AD Mitchell on one of our other co-managed things earlier. But I think, and then there was a quote that came out I saw after that, but it's been sort of where I've been at with Downs. I took him last night, and you guys liked the pick as well. But like the quote was reminding everyone that like earlier in camp they were talking about Downs as maybe the number one alongside Pittman, basically. And I think it's an interesting thing that happened here, where like with Downs getting hurt, we kind of started valuing AD like he's the number two. He has a shot to displace Pittman, and kind of ignoring Downs when the early camp stuff was like it's Downs with Pittman, not with AD. And AD's like competing for number 3 with Alec Pierce, and Downs might actually be the number 1 was like the conversation. And now you can get him cheaper than AD, and he might play in week 1, like because he got hurt so early. He's not actually hurt for like 4 weeks into the season. So I mean, I think if you like the AD play, you definitely like Downs.
I love Downs, man. I think he's like, I thought he was awesome. And some of his numbers last year aren't great, but he played hurt the second half of the season. Tracking it week to week for the walkthrough and stuff, I was like, this dude seems to be like joint wide receiver 1 right now with AD Mitchell. And then he gets hurt the following week. And so you're like, was this real? I don't know. But not with AD Mitchell, with Pittman. But I mean, part of it for me too is I think Pittman is really overvalued. We're kind of assigning him a lot of the volume that I'm not sure he ends up getting. And so where does that volume go? And Downs is the cheapest way to play the volume not going to Pittman. So I like it a lot.
Yeah.
He was great.
Cheaper now. Mitchell used to be cheaper than Downs, and now Downs is cheaper than Mitchell. And it's like,
it's always these injuries in preseason that just throws guys 3-4 rounds down below, when it's just like, you know, you don't need these guys maybe till week 15 or 16.
Right.
So Jonnu went, the guy I was saying I liked. People are talking about they only have 4 wide receivers there that they kept, which is, you know, definitely bullish for like Malik Washington and stuff. But like, seems pretty good for Jonnu too. You know, he's
Well, wasn't there reports that he was like splitting with Smythe?
There's reports he's splitting with Smythe, but I mean, like as a backer, I'm hoping for like 65% route participation and a really high targets per route run. Yeah. Like that's the play. And
the other part of it is their number 3 receiver last year had like 350 yards. It was Smythe. And like I think Achane, if someone emerges as a third, I think it's Achane because they really want to use him in the passing game. So it's like he's now maybe the 4th, and then Odell comes back. I just have a hard time with such a concentrated offense.
Gesicki did some stuff, you know.
He did a while back,
yeah, 2 years ago. Like he and it's Gesicki. He's not very good, you know. So there could be. I mean, Smythe is like, and listen, I drafted him on DraftKings, but he is like a literal lineman.
Yeah. You guys want to hear something crazy? So Deanna Rossini tweeted this a little bit ago. The 49ers were, hang on, I was just going to say, only were willing to trade Brandon Ayuk if they could get a top flight wide receiver to replace him. They offered a 3rd round pick to Denver for Cortland Sutton, and then they would have been willing to deal Ayuk to the Steelers, but the Broncos declined the offer.
Wow.
So there's a chance Sutton goes to San Francisco and Ayuk.
But Peyton was like, no, Pittsburgh. 3rd round pick's not enough for Sutton. Interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
That is interesting.
That would have been nuts.
He must really hate Marvin Mims.
The copium I would have had for my Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims bags, if that happened, would have been insane.
All right. Everyone throw a number up.
All right. We got to grab Estime, man. I was into him.
Yes. I like Estime, yeah.
Estime coming back to us here is really nice.
Wild.
I'm completely wide open on the second one.
Well, I said maybe one of them will come back. So we did get one. So we got to take him. Yeah, it's just a must. I mean, we were
That's Estime.
Yeah.
Estime. Yeah.
So now we have the 4 purple there. And for me, the upside is either 3 or 5.
I think 5 is like not what he feels like he is, and we already have Bowers.
I don't like Colby Parkinson. To me, feels like Jonnu on the Rams.
But do you worry about having Puka and taking Colby? Let's take Estime here.
I kind of let's take Estime. I kind of like those pairings, like the DK Metcalf Fant, the Puka Parkinson. I just think there's ways like the whole offense smashes great, you're good, or Cooper Kupp gets hurt. JSN gets hurt, like whatever it is, like then the entire bet also looks so much better. I like both angles.
What about Kraft? Kraft potentially has the
I like Kraft too.
chance of just taking that rollover.
I just threw a fifth name, but it doesn't need to be
Who is it?
I just think Kraft is competing with Musgrave so hard for targets. Okay. They have like 5 wide receivers there. It's just
he's unlikely to just win it. That's probably true.
Whereas 2 has it.
I would feed on Parkinson.
If Fan is boom bust and Bowers just is a little slow to start, like Parkinson could be that guy you start. The early part.
I'm into it.
And then what we can do is we can add the guy who I just added. Obviously, we don't need him, and you don't have to take but he does.
Is it Stafford? Yeah, it's Stafford. We don't have to say his name, but it's pretty obvious, I think. I just saw it pop up after I said that.
There is one element to consider with a second quarterback late, and that's we do get to do the take a peek with Hurts. So, like, if for some reason he had a down game, we could just have another crack at it, and then you just cut that quarterback anyways. But it is kind of like
Brazilian food.
Dude,
but all my favorite quarterbacks aren't starting week 1.
Yeah, that does negate the take a peek.
I thought I heard Crakrok had the scoop that Drake Maye was starting.
Yo, so Crakrok, what happened?
What's going on here?
That I forgot to tell you this. I was completely trolling you, Pat. That was all you. I've been watching you for fucking all season with the best ball and the Drake. He actually texted me during the draft. He's like, my brother's a huge Viking fan, dude.
Yeah, because you became a Vikings insider. The Vikings fans were like hanging on your every word, dude. They were all over message boards. They're like, I don't know who this Crakrok guy is, but he seems to know something.
Well, that's because I had the fucking juice, man. I had the juice to JJ to JJ. I mean, you got to give me some sort of credit for that, man. I was before anyone.
We're not going to give you credit if you're posting official scoops just to troll Pat in a roundabout way.
No,
I appreciate you just like blowing up your reputation to get a good joke off, but I wish, you would just like text me that.
What I did, I did hear that
he took Drake Maye in the 5th round last night and announced that we were going to be announced that Drake Maye was starting this morning, and then instead we got the announcement that Brissett was starting.
I got Baker as my quarterback 3. I'll be all right. I set the over under it. I said the over under is no weekend.
I stand by my pivot to you were right, Pat, that Brissett did not look good enough in the preseason, and there's, in my opinion, no real. May did look good enough. There's no real concern for. Earlier in the offseason, I was concerned about 8 or 10 games. I don't think there's any concern for that.
It's like 3, 4, or 5 at worst, I think.
Yeah.
That we're getting enough.
May's going to play quick. I've been still taking him today.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my bags caught up.
Yeah, for sure. These bags are caught up.
Your bags are caught up. I'm trying to catch up.
Wait, so what happened? You did hear something.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time.
Oh,
now, a matter of time.
No, they did not. They said they were going to put the pressure on him. I heard they were going to put the pressure on him, and then obviously someone came back and said we don't want to put him out there day one and have his bell rung. And the team.
Am I right in thinking that maybe the coaching staff and the front office aren't totally on the same page here?
Yes. Totally not on the same page. Completely, like, the coaching staff is like protect, and the owners and the GMs are like play.
Yeah. So they're going to win that. I'm going to bet on owners and GMs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. May is
because Brissett's going to look like shit early, and then they're going to definitely win.
He's going to be terrible. It's going to be embarrassing. The fucking Patriot fans are going to fucking go nuts.
There's going to be so much pressure unless he plays well somehow. But there's going to be a lot of pressure early because May looked better in the preseason, and everyone knows it.
Look, everyone knows it. Everyone when he threw that ball to Polk.
Yeah.
I think that Polk, I think he dropped it or
You're
whatever.
talking Baker, the one
Baker.
Baker dropped.
Okay, the one to
Baker.
Baker. Yeah.
But also the one that got called back where he was scrolling left.
That was
Osborne.
Yeah,
That was the second one.
Exactly. That's what they want. They want that just step back and just let it friggin' rip.
But even on the shorter passes, he was way more poised than Brissett, which was a weird thing to watch. Like I watched all snaps for both of them in the preseason. The 21-year-old rookie that is supposed to need to develop versus this guy who's been a career backup and is supposed to be the bridge guy and has played for like 6 teams. And Brissett looked like the rookie. He threw a pick in the end zone that was a late rushed throw into coverage, and that was like, you don't throw that in the red zone ever. That's a rookie mistake. And Maye was making play after play that was like, this dude's a 10-year pro. He looked so poised. Like that's the word I would describe him as. It was like stark how different it was. It was shocking.
Well, that's what they said to me is the guy doesn't get rattled. And that's why I went with they're going to start in week 1. But obviously the coach didn't want to put him in there and give him some sort of ego thing on day 1. I don't know who they're playing week 1 or whatever it is, but they know they're not making the playoffs.
They have a tough schedule to start too.
Yeah, so they're just like, let's throw Brissett out to the wolves and see how our O-line, holds up, because if that breaks down and Maye tears his ACL and something happens to JJ McCarthy, their whole fucking team is like gone. They literally have the whole team around this guy. That's why they were so psyched, and they were never going to move off where they were in that position. They wanted a quarterback. That was from day 1. Kraft told me that from day 1 that we're taking a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because the offense. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It's just frustrating. It's frustrating that they got that pick, because I get from their perspective, but it's just frustrating. They're like, we literally can't protect this guy. Like that. Well,
that's what it is. The coach literally wants to see whether they can actually protect this guy, because it's like they're diamond. That's their whole team. I mean, they're going to see how the wide receivers work out, but besides, Drake Maye, who else do they really have?
Here's my question though, because I've heard this a bunch. You don't want Maye to get killed behind that O-line. What's going to change? Is the O-line going to magically get better by week 8? Is that what we're banking on?
I think what's going to change is they're just going to get more pressure's just going to keep.
Drake Maye is more equipped to handle a bad offensive line than Jacoby Brissett. But when people defend the starting Jacoby Brissett, I don't buy that logic.
Nothing falls
is
apart.
going to change.
It falls apart.
He's not saying what's going to change the decision. What how does the logic hold? And the logic doesn't hold.
He's still going to have to be behind a shitty offensive line in week 6.
The other thing is that when they talk about protecting, we want to make sure that we're protecting. It's not necessarily Maye they're protecting. I think on some level they want to protect themselves. They're worried about throwing a rookie out there behind this line.
Yes.
6-6s, getting the guy hurt. They're trying to get out of this season with Jobs as the New England coaching staff.
Yeah.
And to some extent, Brissett helps them do that, because the expectations are so low with Brissett. But I think that there's going to come a point where if Brissett and that whole offense just looks like they just have nothing, like there's no point to even playing the games, then the incentives start to shift for the coaching staff a little bit. They're like, they need to start showing some life in the offense, because they're going against the ownership here on which quarterback to play. So I think pretty quickly the coaches might start to feel like their best bet is actually to get Maye out there too.
And the thing is, when you're not making the playoffs, you can give them 4 games or 2 games or 3 games, and just you're going to get the press is going to come after you, but you have this little buffer zone of the couple first games where the coach is like, let me just throw fucking Brissett out there and just see what the fuck, if someone flashes, if Polk flashes, if Baker flashes, if Ramondre flashes, and then that can take some of the heat when we bring Maye off the bench. Like every team, when they draft a quarterback this high, they have this certain protocol that they have a whole team around them. It's fucking crazy the amount of people they hire literally for the quarterback position. It's like they have 6 different people trying to manage him. And they just said, fuck it. We took Brissett for a reason. Just put him out there. We'll deal with it and just let him take the lumps and then see, do we have an offensive line? Do we have wide receivers? Do we have a running back? And then we'll figure it out from there. And meanwhile, May's safe. The fans are pissed, but the owners can get away with it for a little while. And then the coach can keep his job because he can blame the first 4 losses on Brissett.
Right. It gives them an opportunity to provide hope halfway through the season. It's a hope switch.
Exactly. And they love if they can get those vibes and be like, the fans start chanting Drake, 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 and then he comes in and throws 2 bombs to Polk and Baker, and all of a sudden, the Pats are alive again. So that's where they're going to go.
And at least it doesn't look like it did with Brissett. Like you almost get like those expectations set super duper low.
A fascinating thing, they asked Belichick I think it was when he was doing like one of the Pat McAfee shows or something about the Bo Nix decision. And his opinion was, you don't go back on the rookie. So if he's like, Sean Payton's going to make the decision, if Bo Nix is ready, he'll start him week 1. But if he does, you roll with him. And I wonder if Drake Maye was consulted with him at all or anything. But like you guys are saying, like that hope switch, like it makes a lot of sense to delay and then make that decision. Because once you make the decision, there's no putting the genie back in the bottle.
There's not,
right. And they don't. And if he breaks, like that bum on the Jets, Zach Wilson, then they don't want to do that. His ego, they're so into the mental aspect of the game that they have coaches that deal with just his mental ability. But they say he's just cool as a fucking cucumber and can chuck it. Okay, here we go.
Sounds great.
All right. We have 2 picks because these are our last non-kicker and defense picks.
I actually would be into Theo here. It's an upside swing.
To me, this is like a quarterback tight end combo.
I agree. So on the QB, I mean, is it 4 or 5?
I want to. We're on the clock, so we can speak freely, sir.
I think Geno.
I like Geno. Geno
has the potential to be a way more fun new offense, right? In a way that could be.
So Stafford's on the road week 1. The whole point is the take a peek. He's on the road at Detroit. Like, yes, dome, but not super great. Seattle's home versus Denver week 1. Like if Hurts puts up 20, we might like just start Geno. Like that's a 6 spot.
So take Geno. Take Geno. Go ahead. Why not?
Clicked him.
Okay, beautiful.
We had 8 seconds, so I just clicked him there.
I'm good with whatever tight end you guys want.
We've done Theo, Pat. I just like. Sean's really out on him. I'm quoting Sean, and I'm not even quoting him well, but I know he thinks he's like a horrible prospect. Do you have like a prospect?
It's just the tight end is kind of difficult to prospect, and he has like one of the best. He has the best RAS, 10 RAS, and he was I don't know. He was like having this weird role in Penn State, but like.
Oh, he's super athletic.
He's super athletic. And he's repping with the ones. He looks to have carved out very quickly the number 1 receiving role. I expect like 50% route participation week 1, but you're hoping that he like ramps up very quickly. So it's just information and bet on athleticism.
I think I'd be Disley because the Roman offense is tight end focused, and
I'd be fine with Disley too. Yeah.
All right.
What do you Pete?
I'm good. I don't have a strong opinion. Crack, you take the tight end.
Disley.
Oh my God, we had 1 second left. We got. We had Mayer at the top of the queue. I put Michael Mayer in.
No, I clicked Disley.
You clicked it. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice work. Because we had 1 second left. We were talking. I didn't realize we had 1 second.
Because I don't think Theo gets drafted.
He did. He will.
Mayer was like a literal handcuff. We were talking about we never draft handcuffs, but we
handcuff tight end.
Well, the Mayer stuff, like if Brock was still crickets on the practice front, I do think taking Mayer because like you would feel really good about starting Michael Mayer if Brock Bowers is out.
Oh, this is a great comment. No clip for Disley. You guys might not know this, but UW, Will Disley.
UW. Wow. That's a UW? I didn't even know that.
That's a you.
Wow.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's sweet.
We need a distant clip.
Yeah.
Wow, that went. Since we were picking so fast, that we've done this 2 hours. Nice. So that draft wasn't. I mean, that was just pretty easy. We didn't struggle that hard.
The first 6 rounds were as tough as it gets, Crack.
But honestly, a little bit ago, Nez said this is the fit your guys' my favorite of your guys' main events or whatever. I'm saying that horribly. And I was looking at it, I was like, I really like this team. This is a good ass team.
It's a fun team.
Yeah, I think the Zack Moss Addison right there at 9-10 was
that's a great turn.
McLaughlin at 11 was great.
Yeah,
was great,
dude. The estimate slide really pulls together the running back room too. I mean, we were the only running back. Estimate was the only running back to go in 15. You went from Gibson to Cam Akers. Otherwise, after that, I like Cam Akers as a speculative, but Estimate, man, is awesome to squeeze in.
Really nice.
Yeah, especially when Will Shipley and Herbert were the only ones that went. That people were taking defenses.
Yeah, so here's our team. We'll be doing kicker defense, the last 2 picks. We got Jalen Hurts and Geno at quarterback. We got our 6 running backs, Gibbs, Jaylen Warren, Zack Moss, Jaleel McLaughlin, Antonio Gibson, Audric Estime. An old school, almost pass-catching specialist tilted running back room there. Puka Nacua, DK Metcalf, Devontae Smith, Brian Thomas, Jordan Addison, Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver. And then we did, for the people, Crank Purple, Brock Bowers at the top, and then Noah Fant, Colby Parkinson, and Will Dissly. Feels like what we had to do with Crakrok, guys.
It feels great.
This was a fun. That's a solid draft coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's depth. There's depth everywhere, and top. We did. I mean, obviously, Puka's the biggest. But if Puka comes anywhere near what he did last year, I mean. And if Gibbs can turn it on, I mean, from the 12 spot, I'm sorry, 12 is hard. And we did fucking yeoman's work, man. That's the value we got, again, when you got to your cutting rounds. Addison, we don't have to cut Jordan Addison. We don't have to cut McLaughlin. We may cut Jeudy, that's for sure.
Judy's going to be an easy cut.
Yeah, Fant will be an easy cut. Gibson will be a cut. So we'll cut. Yeah, you're right. We will cut all the.
But the thing about the Broncos, and I take a lot of Javonte, but it's not just going to be Javonte. So we've got the 2 cracks. One of those 2 backs is going to matter. It's possible that both of them end up being kind of interesting, but we've definitely saved ourselves. We got 1 roster spot for sure out of those 2.
Well, the thing that's nice is McLaughlin's going to have a standalone role, and then Estime's the huge contingent upside swing.
Yeah, and that's 11 and 15.
Right.
I mean, that's all you can ask for in those rounds.
I agree.
Crack, you talk about best ball brain here. This is what best ball brain looks like. Tight end 4 over Tolbert with the Philly correlation in week 17. So sometimes this is my fault to not let people know how this format works.
Tight end 4 Dissly over Tolbert with the Philly correlation.
So, the week 17 correlation does not count for more. Week 15 correlation, when the Eagles go against Jaylen Warren, just as important as the week 17. This is a sprint. It is 15, 16, 17 total points. You also have to know when to start these guys. You don't get Jalen Tolbert's 1 random spike week just put into your lineup. You have to put these guys in your lineup. So it's a very different format as far as how you play correlations and needing to have the clarity of when to start these guys.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, Jalen Tolbert, really? You're gonna give us? I mean, Dissly, conceivably, who else did they sign?
Hayden Hurst.
Hurst, yeah.
Okay.
But Hurst dealt with concussions and stuff, and isn't
he's just saying that's.
This is one where I'm gonna become the contract guy, but Will Dissly got 10+ million guaranteed, and Hayden Hurst got nothing. Will Dissly got a multiple year deal. Hayden Hurst got a 1 year deal. Like, I think it's 1 million. I mean, it's the biggest gulf you could have. It's 1 year, 1.125 for Hayden Hurst, who's 31, and Will Dissly got a 3-year deal with. Well, this says 1 million is all fully guaranteed. 3-year, $14 million deal. The 1 million can't be right. I thought he got 10 million fully guaranteed.
Yeah, but they're also in that hardball. You know, he's going to play. He's going to love to use his tight ends, and if Herbert's banged up, they're going to play it even down even more. So they're even going to check down. And then the Parkinson is who was the other tight end there? Is he
Higbee coming back?
Davis Allen is the other guy
Davis,
that's healthy.
Yeah, and Hunter Long.
What's Higbee's status? He tore his ACL.
like
Higbee really tore up his knee. Yeah,
And he tore it up in the postseason. It was in
he
January.
can miss the whole year.
He can miss like the whole. It's a really hard timeline. It's only been 8 months basically.
So you're basically telling me we have the Rams' #1 tight end?
That's
Most
the idea.
likely, yeah.
That's why we took him.
I
That's
think
why
Jordan Rodriguez said that they're going to rotate him some, but like Parkinson's in the driver's seat. Dissly, by the way, has 10.34 million fully guaranteed. So he seems like the driver's seat of the Chargers as well.
The other thing, and I know this sounds like a meme at this point, but like you're going to get really good information about Dissly, right? Like if he's leading that team significantly in snap, you're like, let's lock in.
That's the whole point. I think that's the big thing between this and best ball is like,
yeah.
In best ball, if you find out that Will Dissly has a 70% route participation, 75% route participation in week 1, you go, God damn it, I should have taken more Will Dissly. But right in this, you can go, oh, I'm glad I took some flyers on him. And if he doesn't have that, if Parkinson runs 55% of the routes, we're throwing him back. You know, if he's in a split with Davis Allen, but we're gonna get all this information, and then it's like in these leagues, like these tight ends that have roles, they all get snapped up. They're some of the most popular waiver wire additions. It's like, oh man, this guy's starting to have a role. This guy's starting to have a role. He gets added for like $110 or whatever.
Exactly. I mean, look at the pickup of Dalton Schultz last year after everyone cut him.
Let's talk some kickers and defenses because we're about to land this.
Yeah.
Here, fellas.
So we're landing it. I always like the team that scores the most points for kickers.
Me too. I like the players who score the most points around here too.
Yeah, that's usually
No, I mean it's the highest scoring team. So I'm just saying San Francisco is going to score more points, or Cincinnati.
I like San
I
Francisco.
like Moody. Yeah, Moody's good.
Yeah.
Shanahan will also settle for field goals. This is the thing. Like he's not like a necessarily a high go for it kind of coach.
That's true.
We could do the Philly take a peek.
I like that. Can we cut Geno after the take a peek? If Hurts does really well and the Philly D does bad, we could cut Geno and add a second defense.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect
great
way to
move.
play it.
So let's do it.
So Philly and Moody?
Yeah.
Unless there's another take a peek defense that's better. Philly's the defense. Right?
All right.
Yeah,
so
Green Bay is the other one.
KC and Baltimore both went. Okay. So
Yeah.
Green Bay would be the other option.
You're definitely Moody, right?
Moody.
No,
sure.
Moody and I think it's the Eagles.
Let me look at their sack rates real quick. Jalen Hurts.
The chat's going crazy for the Bears.
The Bears.
Jordan Love had
So the Bears are home versus Levis week 1, but then they go on the road to the Texans. But it would just be a stream play versus the Titans week 1.
I think we take the peak.
Take the peek is nice.
We actually know what they score, and then we can use that or not. That seems better.
Yeah, I like that too. Let's do Philly. Yeah,
take the peek.
Oh, you know what? We definitely wait. Don't click again. Wait. So we have Hurts. We're cutting Geno if Hurts does bad, which means, do we want Green Bay? I'm too drunk to figure this out.
It's not perfectly correlated, but
they
I still
go
think
against
we
each
want
other.
the two cracks at seeing how the Eagles do.
Yeah,
I think they can both get there.
But like if Hurts bombs, it means that Green Bay's defense did good, which means we don't need to drop. So we should do Eagles.
I know what you're saying.
We should do Eagles. We should do Eagles. We don't want to start against our own quarterback.
No, we got 2 seconds.
There was a logical answer there, I feel like, but I couldn't get there.
I think maybe the logical answer was the Packers, actually. I think you were right. I think the Packers, because it's one of these two will do well.
No,
but I don't think they're that directly correlated. The Eagles can smash, and the Hurts and the D can smash together. Like, that's not crazy.
Yeah, the Hurts and D smashing together is actually fairly high because you just want pass
That's what I mean.
against.
But
yeah,
we already have the Smith contingency built in.
Well, I don't think the Bears defense is being drafted. So
I'm not sure which it is. One of them is right.
You're with me. There's something here.
I'm right. I'm with you in that there's a right answer here, and neither of us knows what it is.
I am too fucked up to even think about fucking defense correlation. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? You guys are fucking
You were the one that asked us to put on our DFS caps at the top of the show, buddy.
Well, you guys, but by the way, that worked. You guys, it fucking worked.
You're fucking welcome, dude.
I mean,
imagine what would have happened if we didn't put on those hats.
You had the fucking best ball. I mean, you had those best ball brains. Like, it was fucking. I mean, I get mad. I feel like I'm shot, man. I mean, I feel like I'm shot without Worthy. And it's like Rice is still playing. Hollywood's coming back. I mean, I love the speed, but I mean, how much Worthy can you have, dude? And didn't they just sign Juju? I'm shocked.
Worthy was not it. If Juju, it was just a bad pick.
I think the answer to the defense thing was the Packers, because the idea is you have Smith, you use him if Hurts is terrible, in which case you got a good defensive score. Like Pete said, it's not an obvious, but likely you got a good defensive score. If Hurts is really good, then you cut Smith to replace the Packers defense who got Hurts.
Well, we get a waiver wire before the season starts, right? So
the other option is the Packer, like the Hurts and Philly D could both be good together.
Can I ask about the Walrus? So, do you have two blends that like pair well together? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I do. I do a little of the indica mixed with a little of the sativa.
That's pretty.
So sweet. Yeah, I do a nice little hybrid.
That's amazing.
Is San Diego treating you right?
Yeah. San Diego's going great. We're enjoying parent life. Little 5-month-old now, or almost 5 months.
And Pete, how old is your little girl?
We're not allowed to say almost 21 months old. She's 20 months old.
Yeah,
but Pat's allowed to say almost 5 months old.
This wasn't on the stream yesterday, but we get off the stream and show we're talking about our kids and stuff, and he's like, Pete, how old's April now? And you go, almost 21 months. And Shope just goes, so 20 months?
He wasn't going to give her the credit for being 9/10 of the way there.
And who came up with the Family Feud?
That was the production team came to me and they had this idea. And I was like, I said to them, Matthew and Nick and Lou, I was like, that's way too much work. It's gonna be my busiest time of the year. There's no fucking way. And they said, I got you, dog. Let's make this happen. So they made it happen.
And multiple people said, Pat said in a Discord message that it might have been his favorite stream of all time. And then Silva said elsewhere that it might have been the most fun he's ever had since he joined the fantasy space. And I felt the same way. It was an incredible time.
Blast.
I want to play Family Feud.
We gotta get Crack on Team Ship Team.
Crack.
I live for Family Feud.
We gotta get a 5-man team next year.
Yeah,
we can do 4-man. Yeah. Also, just because
how did you do the buzzer? How did you do the buzzer? How did you do the?
You said buzz.
We just said buzz. Someone was like, that's the next thing we got to up in the production value. I just was like, I can't even think about this level
of how to send us all buzzers, and there could be a ship chasing sound and an ETR sound, and we press it in the mic.
That's a pretty good
two
idea.
different sounds so you can tell them apart.
Yeah.
There's so many kids' toys that would work for that too.
Yeah.
Like that would be definitely doable.
Well, ideally, we could come up with a sound that sort of represents each brand somehow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
or some price. You got to get that prices right, like the womp womp or the.
Well, we could maybe get like a hasta la vista.
Yeah. Or you can have Davis. I've been shot.
I've been shot. Davis.
Not getting Xavier Worthy in a draft was like getting shot. Any draft where I get sniped on Xavier Worthy, the next one I play Mini Men as it starts.
Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be, and trying to take my life away.
It's what I imagine getting shot to feel like. I can't imagine a worse outcome for my day.
I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Many men, many men wish death upon me.
Davis, I'm gonna ask a question that I'm terrified to know the real answer. Is this the earliest you've drafted Xavier Worthy?
Yeah.
For
So good.
Oh my God.
There's a part of that clip at the end that's like underappreciated, and rightfully so, because there's so many incredible things. So that last part is from a Swolecast draft, and Davis takes Mahomes at pick 35, and the guy goes Kelsey Rice on the turn, and Davis is laughing and then just completely serious, just clicks Xavier Worthy and just like doesn't even blink. He's just completely unfazed, just boom.
Oh, that's
I did miss that. The guy on the turn went Kelsey Rice. And he could have got Worthy on the whole next turn potentially, and he's just like Worthy at 402.
I've never seen love like that. That is pure. That is pure love.
It is pure, man. It is pure.
He needs to be part of the master drafters list. This is my new idea. Compile master drafters. Like you got to be an elite master drafter, and then start
with Davis Maddock on this list.
No, I want to start with you three. And then you can
How about that? Dalvin Cook last night.
No, but I want to get like a tribunal that you have to come to Pete with a resume and say I want to be a part of the master draft list, and then I'm going to contribute fun and just sponsor all of it.
What are we doing besides just gatekeeping who's good at drafting? What is the
No, the point is to get a master fund and just have all you guys get a free ride. You're sponsored. You know what I'm saying? People love.
We're hosting a draft tournament.
You just keep drafting, and like Davis said, he's giving away 5% of what is he doing? Giving away
5%.
I think we're all sponsoring Davis's portfolio. So
yeah.
A literal cabal. Adam in the chat. A literal cabal. That's perfect.
Crakrok, how did we get it? How did we get on your radar? You slid into our DMs once, right? Because you were part of the FFPC cabal when we were the outsiders.
Exactly. I was part of the Hubbard, the old school, boomers there. But then when Twitter was good, and I used to actually, like when your feed used to have just, arguments about handcuffs and shit like that, that's where I saw all you guys. And I was like, these guys are fucking hysterical. And then I watched the fucking ship chase, and I'm like, I got to fucking get in on these guys are fucking so fucking funny. And I would love to just come on and get baked and just draft with these guys. So then I slipped into Pete's
like
DM.
You've been more interested in the first part than the latter part lately.
Yeah, exactly. But I just found that you guys were just so I just found Pete. He's just so fucking funny. He just fucking
big ass.
You could have just kept it at you guys. You didn't have to.
Yeah. I wasn't even a part of ship chasing then, but I liked being included.
No, but do you remember when Twitter was like fun? Like your feed used to be just
yes. Twitter used to
I'd fucking argue about the fucking I don't know fucking who the Pittsburgh fucking handcuff was at the time, and someone would just come after me, and we'd just go back and forth. Yeah, exactly. But now it's just, all just fucking QAnon shit and, fucking Elon.
Last time I let you cook, we got in trouble.
Yeah,
so I'm
be
going to let
careful,
you
buddy.
cook, but just censor yourself a little bit, buddy.
So how's the YouTube channel coming? Is it progressing nicely? Underdog reached out to me. They're going to give me money and let me do.
Are you going to start streaming?
You're an influencer now for Underdog?
They're going to give me a promo code and, make some picks. So
what's the code? Is it crack?
Yeah, Crakrok.
Wow, this guy's got a promo code now. Sign up with Crakrok. Hang on. Is this where are you going to stream these drafts? And it's we got literally BBM Phil in
they want me to make no. They're not. We're not going to do drafts. They just want me to make picks coming into the season. We're doing over-unders like you guys do and shit like that.
Okay. Like you say, like I was just golfing with the Vikings brass. You take the Addison over because he's going to be on the field earlier.
Yeah, exactly. I'm playing with Viking brass and their sons. Their sons they both work for the Vikings too, and they're incredible golfers, by the way.
Josh Norris saying, "Sign up with Crakrok."
Amazing.
Yeah.
When are you going to start? Because you had told us you had been resistant to the best ball stuff, and then you're like, I got to get in on it. Are you finally capitulating?
Well, I didn't do any of the drafts because it was just too much. You guys watching you guys do it and just seeing you guys taking wide receivers in the third, fourth round, it just was I was like, what is going on? My brain just could not. It's so upside down. It's so much different than managed. But next year, I just think some guy from Underdog reached out to me and it was just really cool. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll do it.
That's awesome.
Who reached out to you? If you don't mind doxing their name.
Brandon.
Okay. Nice. He likes the cut of your jib, seen your scoops. So we got to get this guy on the squad.
He likes the scoops, and then I see all the fucking. Oh, sorry, never mind. Take that back. No, but all the great streaming, they're doing all sorts of waiver wires. They're like copping you on waiver wire Mondays and ask me anythings.
You're gonna get in the Reddit. How about we need a Crakrok AMA? That would be an epic AMA.
Oh my god!
Do you write Crakrok, or do you strike me as someone who dictates something in written form to an intern and then they write it?
No, I write. I love writing. I
gotta
do.
get you in the AMA streets. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Where can I get in there? I love the AKA streets, man. Oh, the AKA. I think it asked me anything. No, AMA. Yeah.
AKA AMA.
AKA AMA. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I used to do that on Twitter, and people would yell at me, like, "Don't." I forget who it was. Gills or something was like, "You're just trying to get clout and followers." I'm like, I'm just helping some people out on who they want to fucking pick.
You don't ever change. We absolutely love you.
Anyone who's on Twitter is trying to get followers. Get the fuck out of here. Of course.
Yeah, I don't go on Twitter. And
the rule, and Pete's point, the second part of that rule is then there's always haters, and the haters are the people that can't get followers. And so then they're like, you're all like, as soon as you start getting any attention, there's people that are like, why are you getting attention? Because I'm not getting attention.
Okay, that makes sense. I didn't put two and two together.
But there's a lot more people that love Crakrok.
There's other jealousy.
Yeah, no, I mean, watch Rod Stewart saying cranking purple, and just seeing that Family Feud today. I'll tell. I almost peed in my pants. It was so fucking funny. Because the last one was Flake, and I was just like, I'm like, there's no zingers yet, really, that hit me. I'm like, I know Pete has a zinger somewhere. I know he does.
These were actual poll results, man.
This was the audience.
Come on.
These weren't. We actually sent a survey around in the ship chasing Discord, the ETR Discord, and then ranked them. We were trying to get real responses.
Well, let me help out your Discord, man. I love it. I don't know. Is Discord going well? I want to help. I mean, right now I'm looking at retirement. Right now, I'm serious.
So you want to be an intern for Pete to help with his Discord? Is the full circle for Crakrok?
This would be the circle of life.
No, this is just for shits and giggles, man. I need something fun to do, man.
You pop in the Discord occasionally. You'll pop in there.
Yeah, no, I go in there. I got Steph in there. She loves me. I love Steph. She seems like she's fucking great at helping me on waivers and stuff.
Purple Yosh. His Discord going well. Stats team.
You already did the YouTube going well earlier.
His Discord going
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's the full boomer. Okay, boomer, man. There's no one more Gen X than me, dude. I mean, I'm the definition of. I mean, I only found. I mean, the YouTube stuff. I guess when I follow you, that led me to Liam and Ron and those guys. And then to watch it, and then to hear him say, "Let's crack it for purple now." I mean, I literally just I can't believe it. It's fucking unbelievable.
Here, I want to load. I did load this clip in for people who missed it. Let's watch ship chasing earlier with the Crakrok question for Family Feud. Here, we asked 100 sweaty basement dwelling virgin fantasy nerds, what is Crakrok best known for?
Buzz. Cranking purple.
Cranking purple, of course, a huge part of the brand. The number 2 most popular response at 43. Pat, we're going to go to Daigle now for his response. Can you get the number 1 here?
I was going to say Mar-Lago.
I can't give it to you on this one. That is incorrect. Karain went, so now it is to Davis. What is Crakrok best known for?
Breaking news, brother.
This is the answer we were looking for. Number 1, political insider, Crakrok. Breaking news with hit and miss results. Ben Gretsch, what is Crakrok best known for? 3, 4, 5, and 6 still available.
Weed, dispensary, smoking.
That's an awesome guess. The number 3, you guys are knocking this out of the park.
I'm gonna keep it in the weed. I'm gonna go Bobby Trees over Cooper Kupp.
That is, of course, number 5, Woods over Kupp.
Well done.
For people not familiar, the year Cooper Kupp broke out, we were doing a draft with him. Pat, Gretsch, and myself all wanted Cooper Kupp. He wanted Robert Woods, and we all know how that turned out.
I'm going to go, I don't know how to phrase, JJ McCarthy. The Vikings are going to take JJ McCarthy, Vikings ownership. I don't know the right way to phrase that. Just JJ McCarthy.
I'm giving it to you because you said Vikings ownership. Number 6 is friends with NFL owners.
That was my guess.
We are down to Gretsch. You guys have 3 cracks to get this right. No pun intended. What is Crakrok
I got a good guess.
best known for? All right,
I'm going to say being a flake, not flying out to Vegas.
The Queen Suite by
Let's
Ship
go!
Chasing.
Let's go!
Yes!
Wow!
Oh,
Holy
yes,
cow.
nice. Yes.
What was your thought watching that Crakrok for the first time?
I mean, it's just it's the funniest fucking shit I've ever fucking seen, man. I'm telling you, I'm fucking crying, man. And then what'd you say? 120 virgin basement dwelling into.
He had so many of those, but that was the best one, and it was on the one that works best for the clip, so it's really perfect.
I mean, it really is. Just I can't. That content needs to be far and wide. I mean,
you know what's so funny about that too is like So being in the ETR and ship chasing discords, like the ETR discord, who's very familiar with like your persona from a distance, knows the like political insider, that stuff. And then the ship chasing one, they're the only ones to know about the flake thing. That's like super specific to you not coming to Vegas. And I love that Gretsch was able to pull that.
Yeah,
Well, Gretsch is a super fucking genius. I don't know what he got on his SATs, but it was definitely clearly in the math section. I think he got an 800 because I got an 800 on my math SATs also.
And you're
I got a 780.
Wow.
I got a 780.
Yeah, and I can write. So what I did, I actually cheated on my SATs. I finished the math section early. And you're not allowed to go back to the English section. I would go back to the essay questions on the English section and answer them.
I did not think we were going to get to Crack cheating on his SATs tonight.
I did. I did. I totally did. But that fucking shit on the Family Feud is just. And I did a thing with Daigle. Daigle's great. Also,
Daigle's the best. Yeah.
He is such a fucking. I'm so glad he's doing well now. Is he? Who do you hook up with? What?
ETR.
ETR. Yeah. So, I mean, ETR and you guys give out just. I mean, it's scary because I see it in our drafts when I do it. All your guys like fucking moved up the board. I swear to fucking God on RT. Because obviously Dwayne and those guys are doing RT stuff and trying to help them. That's what we need to do is to buy them and have you guys run it. I want you guys to run your own site.
Well, you said you're the one who's closer to retirement, so that might be kind of in your court on that.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about that. But Underdog is just is so big right now. And best ball is so, but you got your waiver wire. Steph does a great job, so you guys are all set on that.
Yeah, what we're worried about is you trying to poach her. That's kind of what we're worried about.
Well, I actually thought about it.
Come on, man.
I totally did. I was gonna offer just money because we were talking in the Discord, and then I know she was saying like she likes to party and stuff, and I was like, oh man, if I poach Steph, the fucking guys would fucking they'd literally tear me a new one if they had to do the
Yeah, you wouldn't be on the stream next year, buddy.
Yeah,
you gotta pay her so much that she does ours too. That's the only way you can poach her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, this draft was fun, but Steph is it is fun. But we were talking. I was getting about smoking and shit, and she was laughing, and then there was a couple guys in there who were just so funny also, who just love, and then they just started it. And then Drew Davenport yesterday with that guy smoking had the bong with all the
oh yeah.
I was like, and then Pete's now doing the weed guy. He's like, yeah, man. He did it on the 8 minute, but he had the fucking smoker jacket on, and he had the fucking.
I would pay to just like you could just fire up a live stream every night where you just talk about the things that came across your Twitter feed. I think that
love
would
that.
Well, that's what I'm telling you right now. I'm moving to Palm Beach. We have a 2-bedroom outside, and I'm gonna do a live stream in it to be a nice 2-bedroom. I'll have someone.
Honestly, like there is so much out there right now, like in terms of content, like having like a little like recap Crakrok stream of like the happenings over the last week would be amazing.
Do you ever like? Yeah, I mean, fucking Pete. No, but Pete when he was the fake smoke.
Pete, I just thought that was some old guy.
No, but he had the fake.
Yeah, look at that big ass nose. The nose doesn't look as big in that photo, Crack. You got to admit.
Dude, look at all those bowls, dude. That's like, I mean, imagine me outside just firing that up and having one of you guys come down and fire that up. I mean, I need that.
That looks awesome.
I mean, that does look fucking awesome, and that's what I could do is get some stream content. You ever watch Bill Maher Club Random?
No.
Can't say I have.
No, okay. Well, Bill Maher, he just gets high all the time with his guests, and they get drunk and stupid, and it's fucking hysterical. And they just make jokes. but
I mean,
yeah, no,
that's fantasy content sounds fun.
No, and all I had to ask me anything, AKA AMA. And then when I'm down in Palm Beach, I mean, you guys, I've been nailing the Trump stuff. I don't care what you say. I see that fucking orange guy. Oh, again with the cursing, but he is.
You can say orange guy. That's allowed.
Orange guy's fine.
Allowed.
No, the orange guy when he comes into Mar-a-Lago, I mean, I got to take one of you guys has to come there.
Why not 3? You get a +3.
Yeah, why don't you bring the whole crew?
Yeah, no, you should.
This happens every year.
I know, and I flake on you.
You're like, we go out to the dispensary. You come to Vegas. We go down to Mar-a-Lago, and then you flake. We're always in.
Why do you think I nailed that question? You're like, Gretchen nailed it. It's like it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. You're fucking 100%. You're 100% spot on. But I am moving to Florida to Palm Beach. And then we can go to the Breakers Hotel, and you can sit next to Woody at lunch and find out if I mean, Aaron Rodgers, that did work out pretty well. That was no one believes me about that, but the assassination attempt. Oh my God, he came back. There was nothing on his ear. He wasn't even wearing that. And did you? And in that clip, you had Davis with the thing on his ear, like he was. Oh my God, Pete, you are fucking so funny, man. Yeah, no, but Trump's he is in panic mode. They are in panic mode. They're losing North Carolina and Georgia now. Kamala fucked him up so bad he thought he wanted to go. He thought he had won. Literally, I was there about a month and a half ago, right before the Republican convention, and these guys were like measuring the drapes to go down and have everything, and then all of a sudden they kicked Joe out, and Kamala came in, and there's like steam coming through, and then his face starts to melt sometimes when it gets hot and more. So it starts to drip, and then they have a guy come, that Walton Otta guy comes and dabs his face with
using the same stuff Giuliani used. Is that
exactly, with the hair dye, and then his hair doesn't move, but sometimes it's like something about Mary when she puts the cum in her hair and it like sticks up straight. Like when the wind, because they get the wind blows in. Down in Palm Beach, all of a sudden they get a gust of wind, and his hair will stick up straight, and he doesn't know it's happening. And someone comes over and pats it down like it's like a live animal or something. But if you guys haven't, if you want to get bets in now, bet Kamala to win. Because I'm telling you, they're putting money into North Carolina and Georgia. He's going to lose those states. North Carolina?
Yeah. It was looking like they had a chance in like Wisconsin and stuff, or maybe they still do, but
no. The thing is, she already has it with the blue wall. The only way you can do it is get Pennsylvania. And right now, all the Senate candidates. But the abortion thing is going to get screwed because I saw the guys, the Senate Montana race is going to make it 51-49. The Republicans are going to win the Senate. So you can't get abortion legalized.
Right. Yeah, the Senate seems pretty unlikely.
So unless you give money to John Tester in Montana to win the Senate seat there.
Are you going to buy one of those trading cards that he's putting out where you can get a piece of the suit?
The NFT. I mean, just shows you He's in the middle of a presidential race. And he's selling $99 NFTs of him playing hoops. They have him like playing hoops at the worst. Whatever happened to Top Shot? It really
didn't come back, Crack.
It didn't come back. Is it dissolved, Top Shop?
I don't think so. No, I think it's still going technically, but it's not. It lost the cachet that it once had.
I mean, that thing was hot and it just died. But the best ball, I mean, is how's the whole underdog progression going? Are they raising more money? How are they?
They're desperate. They're reaching out to political insiders to kind of make this final push.
Thinking promo codes, anyone will take one.
Yeah, right. They are desperate when they reach out to political insiders. You have to admit that some of the stuff when I had that he was getting busted in New York. I mean, I did have.
You got that one.
I did have the lawyers because they contacted his lawyers first. So I was sitting next to the New York lawyers trying to come up with a case. And then
I called you yesterday. Yesterday I called you the Sex Panther of Adam Schefter's. 60% of the time you're right every time. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm a little higher than that.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
I think I'm a little. I got New York Trump. I got the Georgia Trump. I got Woody Johnson next to me telling me they're flying to Wisconsin to get Aaron Rodgers.
That was a big one.
That was a big one where even the NFL Network, I don't know who cut or pay. I think it was Hoppin Sam who found that. Because those guys from the NFL Network actually were talking about it.
They were talking about it.
They were talking about it in the show, and then it came through. But the thing is,
that was the Enhansis and Mark Sessler are now part of the Underdog.
Right, they're with Underdog.
Their new show. Yeah.
Oh, are they really? I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, that is part of the new show. Oh man, I gotta get more involved, man. I gotta start hanging out with you more. No, but the thing, I got that one right, and I did have, and the JJ to JJ. I mean, I had that from the horse's mouth. They did, and that people were like, "No, I said JJ to JJ." I'm like, I'm talking to the fucking owners, dude.
I'll give you credit for that one because there was a lot of things like shifted over time with what people were saying, and you stayed very strong there.
Yeah, but first of all, they were saying Caleb wasn't going to go 1. They were going to trade the pick, and Washington was going to get it. And it was like, they told me outright, first of all, that Caleb was the number 1 pick. There was no doubt about it. And the Maye Daniels thing was always going to do it. And that's why New England, when I spoke to Kraft, he just said, fuck it. It's like a fantasy draft. It's like whoever they take it to, we're taking it 3. I mean, he didn't say that, but, he just said, we need a quarterback. And then the Marvin Harrison thing was easy, and then it was just what the San Diego was going to do. But then they felt they didn't need to trade up. And then at the last second, they said, we're going to the Jets just so that the Jets hopefully won't screw us. So remember they made that last-second move to bump the Jets up, and they made the 10.
Yeah.
And they flipped.
Yeah.
But that was their thinking because they loved them because you went to the University of Michigan. So that was their whole play. They're all about the fans. They're all about making the fans happy.
When they got that second first-round pick, was there a chance at any point that they were trying to try to get up and get top 3?
Yeah, but they
just couldn't do it.
Yeah, because that 1, 2, and 3 was so set in stone. To get them off them, like Chicago was like Justin Fields we want Caleb. No ifs, ands, or buts. And then the Skins were like Daniels is running for like 200 yards in the game. We'll take him. Exactly, Skins. And then New England was like, we got to rebuild. And they saw this stud in North Carolina. What is he, 6'4", 230 or something like that?
But it seemed like New England might move off, and you actually have insight on both teams. And then from an outsider's perspective, it seemed like there was a possibility New England would move out, and then they were deciding between.
That was the untruth. New England was never moving off because the top 3 were set in stone, and they just said, "Well, do you love Daniels more? You want to get the 2?" And they're like, "You can't 2 and 3. You can't just. It's impossible. It just costs too much. It like rises exponentially when you." On the chart, it's like a geometric rise of exponential to like the 10th power to get into those top 5 picks. So it takes you like multiple ones. They wanted 3 ones. They wanted 3 ones from the Vikings. They wanted the 2 that they had in the draft, and then they wanted the 1 for the next year. And the Vikings they're like, no. We can't.
No.
Yeah, so they're like, we're going to go with Jay. It was like Plan B, and then it was like, all right, how do we figure out to get JJ here? We got to get JJ. I mean,
I just drafted Drake Maye in a best ball draft, and it felt good. So the Vikings should have traded 3 firsts for him.
They couldn't get there. They could not get there.
I kind of think it would have been worth it. So you're getting 1 first back. You're giving up the late first this year, and you get up next year's.
Yeah, it's 2 firsts to trade up, basically.
Yeah, 2 firsts to trade up, right? Because there's an offset there. And so, and 1 was the 27th or whatever it was, 25th, and then it's like, how good are you between now and next year? Which when the Panthers did this, then they bottomed out and they gave up.
But that's when Kraft. Well, it's not.
Vikings are going to bottom out.
When Kraft, he leaves it to his son now. I forget his name, Jonathan Kraft, I think it is.
Yeah.
Who runs the team? But they were like, "Look, we're set. We're not moving. We're taking either May or Daniels. Period. Stop. End of story. We need a QB. Our fucking team sucks." Sorry to use the F word, but they were like, "Look, we need
on that F word.
We need
words are fine. Slurs are out."
We need the generational QB, and there was no doubt that they were going to stay there. And only way they were going to get off it was some monster picks, and the Vikings couldn't do it. So they're like, they thought JJ would be not only great, but as a fan pleaser. The fans loved him. The fans wanted him. Obviously, a lot of people wanted Drake Maye, but as much as the owners want to make the playoffs and win the Super Bowl, they want to keep their fans happy because it's all the merchandising and the selling. They make more money from the selling of all the, jerseys and all that that's their like, obviously the TV money's huge, but the jerseys and all that stuff. So the amount of JJ jerseys, it's a cash machine. Now there's private equity. They have private equity guys now coming to all NFL teams are going to sell 10% private equity. These guys are allowed to now buy in. So these owners are now going to cash out 10% of their team or likely $1 billion each to private equity. So, yeah, so that then it's going to go to 10%, and it'll be 20%, and then before you know it, the ETF is going to contain. They're going to be public companies, except like Jerry Jones, but it's some wild. That was a wild draft, but I had it, man. I had it cold, and people were like. I mean, and then I did go for Chinese food to the Palm Beach Country Club and had Chinese food with the owners, and people thought that was a total lie.
Well, you're going to get a chance again next year because the Patriots are probably going to have like the number 1 pick, or a very high pick anyway. So you're going to get a chance to break.
And that was their point, and that's why they want to. And that's another reason why they want to make sure that Drake Maye gets through the season, and not get hurt. And that's why they're throwing Brissett in there. But Drake Maye is, they kind of, felt like it's kind of like Andrew Luck. I mean, you did see him on that option at the goal line.
I sure did.
Yeah, so that's what he can do. And if they're going to use him like that, I mean, just think about it. When week 14 and 15 and 16 come around, they're going to be quarterbacks your whole. That's why quarterback to me is still. I love the late round drafting late. I think that's the best strategy. The floor you can get in our draft we just did. Purdy and Goff went like 14, 15.
Yep.
I mean, you tell me I can't get enough out of those two to maybe have a floor of 20 while we have Hurts at 30. So I got to make up 10 points. But I didn't draft a quarterback around 6, so that team around 6.
Pete, did you finish that BBM already?
I got one more pick left. Jacob Sanderson ended up on the left of me in this draft, and he DM'd me and asked me if I was multitasking.
How do you end up with the same draft?
What's up?
How do you end up with the same draft with Jacob?
Randomly.
Oh.
And when he took Malik Washington from me, I was hoping I could ask the commissioner to roll that pick back.
Pete, I just noticed in the 17th round of one of my slows that you and I are in the same draft for the first time.
We are?
Yeah, in a big eliminator.
Podcast?
Pete,
Really?
In a big eliminator. It's about to finish. Yeah.
Pete, I love the Laird jersey, by the way.
I noticed it today.
And also, tell me what's going on with MLB Life. I mean,
Yeah, we're doing baseball now. That's kind of our big deal.
You're such a fucker, man. I mean, the wit on this guy is, yeah, we just went to baseball now. Yeah, we're back to Top Shot.
MLB Life. You don't leave me much wiggle room, crack.
I never know I said MLB.
Things are going good, man. Yeah, I'm writing the newsletter 5 days a week. Like you said, we're doing lots of stuff on YouTube. Got lots of cool partnerships. Yeah, man, it's all good.
Does Matthew Berry have the bucks to buy one of these small sites like RT or something like that?
I keep asking to let me audit his financials to kind of see if like that, but he won't let me take a peek for some reason.
Come on, can't you just snoop in there and just look around?
Yeah, just let me check out that account. Let's see what we're working with here. Yeah,
just throw me the login.
No, but are they looking to expand? Are they looking to do more stuff than just
Well, yeah, they did acquire the Guillotine League platform, which, by the way, I'm going to be doing a Guillotine League draft tomorrow on my YouTube channel with some guys from the Deposit Kingdom. So yeah, they are they're in acquisition mode.
How does Guillotine? You lose someone every week?
Yeah, so it's managed. The worst team in the league is gone every week. So the perfect format is you have 18 teams for each week. And then what's fun about it is their entire roster goes into the free agency pool. So like a good team, they'll still have like a first and second round pick that are available. So like you could go bid on Devontae Adams in week 2 on the waiver wire. So it's pretty fun. I
got you. So that makes the waiver wire right. So they throw back in and you can churn out another waiver wire team. I got you.
Yeah. So
there's
every
always
week,
like studs hitting.
Yeah.
So I played it in 2022, and if anyone wants to get in the league, I'm going to be writing an article for it on stealing signals. Halfway done, probably come out tomorrow morning and put some.
You're going to write. You're going to do Guillotine. Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Doing some stuff with you guys.
What are the stakes there? What's the top stakes there?
Oh, it's whatever you want. So now they have it. You can just create private leagues with any of.
I see. I got you.
They are going to be offering paid leagues going forward. I don't know what the timeline is for that, but hopefully by this time next year we can have some high stakes Guillotine leagues, which would be super
I see. So you just want to get the interest going. So let them have fun with it. Let them play with it. Let them get into it. See how it works. Nice.
Exactly.
And then I see you're doing a couple 5Ks with Leone. So that's on the FFPC.
Yeah, we'll be streaming one of those on Tuesday night. That'll be 7:30. That's our last streamed draft of draft season, and then the following Thursday we'll roll into Shipcast as our kind of regular programming.
Dude,
we'll also be turning the calendar from.
We're a week from
What?
the season.
I know.
I can't believe that's it. The last stream draft is next Tuesday. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like ADP chasing. They're going to do a final show Tuesday afternoon, and then we're going to do our final draft stream with Leone. And then we go to Vegas. We come back. Stat chasing will kick off the following Tuesday evening with Drico and
then you have another 5K, right? You got 2, I think.
We're going to do the second 5K. We're going to be in Vegas. Leone pulled a Crakrok and is not going out there. So we'll have to communicate with him over Discord.
Oh, I got you. He's doing it online while you guys are going to be there.
Yeah.
Yes, but 2 drafts with Leone. One of them streamed.
And then on the, how did RT reach? Do you know how RT reached out to Dwayne in there? Are they helping him there? Because that 500K tournament is so soft. Taysom Hill is a tight end there. So, and he goes in like the 12th round. I have like, do any of you guys have time to just draft there for me, and I'll give you a free ride on anything?
I wish I had time.
There's some people in the chat who would probably rush to the altar to take you.
Yeah,
up
for real.
Yeah, but I need to know their drafting skills. It's like
go in the Ship Chasing Discord. We have a ton of sharp drafters in there, and put out some feelers. Yes.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
that sounds cool.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I got the impression that RT is pretty soft too from talking to some people that are playing over there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Did you get any feedback from Ron or Liam from? Maybe I'll reach out to Ron and Liam. Maybe Liam wants to do it.
Early in the offseason, you could get Malik Neighbors in the 4th and Xavier Worthy in the 10th. And
yeah, I got.
The person I was talking with who's doing a bunch of leagues, I was like, just keep hammering that. And they're like, really? I have them like 4 out of 5 leagues. I'm like, just keep hammering that. And now they're going like way higher.
I got Rice and Flowers 5-6 in one. I mean, think about that. I mean, Rice and Flowers.
That's
I was already going 0. I was already going 0 RB. They were like, that was, I had to take them because they're so running back heavy. It's so boomer for you. You guys would thrive there. I need to get you guys. I mean, it's just it's so much easier. It's such an advantage.
Yeah.
Right.
Go in the Discord. Go in the Discord. I will vouch for, I don't know, 90% of the people in there.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good hit rate. It's a pretty good hit rate.
Right.
Steph seems interested. You could talk to her.
Yeah, talk to Steph.
Okay. No, I'll definitely talk to Steph. Is she a drafter?
Yes, if she's a drafter. Come on, Crack.
Okay.
Crack's ready to keep drafting right now. He wants something.
You want to do another main event? Let's do it right now. Let's see what's up.
Should we fire up a BBM right now, Pete?
The thing is, the RT has high stakes now. I pushed them into high stakes, so they have 5Ks and 10Ks there. So maybe next year you should tell Leone he should do his 5Ks at RT and not at FFPC. They're so much sharper at FFPC. It's night and day. So I'm just saying, if you guys ever want to do a 10K, they have them at RT now. I know. Are you guys doing it?
About to acquire RT Sports. Is what I'm hearing.
All right. I'm thinking about.
Are they selling? Or are you just openly trying to buy them out? I'm trying to figure this out.
I'm openly trying to buy them out because they don't try hard enough.
What do you think? What's the number? What's the ballpark that it costs to acquire RT Sports?
I gotta look at the numbers, but I don't know, couple stacks.
Okay. What's the weed business like right now?
It's tough, man. It's tough, man. The weed prices are shit. All the stocks are shit. The only thing that saved me was NVIDIA, baby. NVIDIA took me to the moon this year, man. Oh my God. That's why I'm going to retire off of NVIDIA. But no, look, keep buying your crypto. It's supposedly crypto's doing. I actually still have. I have 3 coins that I bought almost 15 years ago.
Nice.
Went for $300.
What are they?
I have 3 Bitcoins. I literally won a bet with someone and they paid me in Bitcoin all that long ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love
3 full Bitcoins 15 years ago.
I think it was it was just when it was hitting like when it went to $1,000.
Okay.
Remember that was like a big deal when it hit like the $1,000. That's when it was like, oh, it's overinflated. It was like bullshit. And then my nephew went to UPenn and was with the guys who started Ethereum. So I started buying Ether when it was real cheap. And now it's, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000, something like that.
If you were going to give our audience financial advice that is definitely not financial advice that any of us could be held responsible for, what would a Crakrok approved play be?
A Crakrok, well, right now it would be but you got to have a long term. But it would be, if you want to be safe with your money, is
we were willing to draft Kimani Vidal. We're willing to take a really long-term outlook here.
You guys, young. Here's one. Eli Lilly. They make that crazy drug that makes everyone skinny. The Ozempic thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they just can't make enough of it. It's just. They're literally backtrack a decade. They're sold out forever. And they have a monopoly on it. It's a pure monopoly. Like the monopolies now, Google just got busted. Literally found guilty from like the 1930s. These are laws from 1933. So they're going after the monopolies. If Kamala wins, I would say Apple, because Apple has the new iPhone with the AI is going to be a big deal. You're going to have AI in the phone, and Apple's going to get a big move up. So if you want something short term, get Apple now before they release the phones, which are coming up in September. And then if you want something real safe, buy
Feels like insider trading.
It's not. No, it's just they have their annual event. They're doing their AI. They're finally putting AI in their phone. So that your phone's going to do a lot more, so you can dictate and like
Frank in the chat. Our guy Frank in the chat. Novo Nordisk makes it, not financial advice. All right.
No. NVO is yes. Novo Nordisk make Ozempic. There's 2 companies. NVO is Novo. If he thinks he's going to look at Frank, he knows it. By NVO is in Denmark, so they're not in. This country. So they have kind of fucked up rules where they have to, because the state owns it, they have to sell off some of their shares all the time, whereas Lilly can just go in and buy back their shares. They're like socialists over there. So NVO is definitely very good. They both gone up tremendous. But safer is Lilly. I like buying stuff here in the U.S. Lilly, just think of the name Lilly, LLY. Buy some Apple. Stay away from Google. They got busted. And then if you want to bank, man, buy the best bank in there, JP Morgan, man. Yeah.
Not financial advice. This is all.
Hey Pat, did everything work out with did the bonds come due? Everything work out? And all
was he your financial advisor? Or
Crakrok,
right now the Crane's $2 billion man was Crakrok?
No, Crakrok had some advice for me, which included moving to Florida. That is not
half
how
the year.
It is. Yeah, that's not how taxes work.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Move to Florida and play Florida state taxes.
Yeah.
You wanted to.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think that's gonna work.
You'd still be in court, but you'd still have your money.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have it for much longer.
Well, you just got to. You're in San Diego. You just go down to Mexico, man.
Crakrok's plan for you involved escaping to Tijuana.
Yeah.
No longer being a U.S. citizen.
After announcement, what a win! What a great win!
No, the point was we bought him a big fat pond. He got a nice yield on it, and hopefully it came due. And he had we worked it all out, man. That's a smart guy, man. He knows his X's and O's.
The blocking and tackling, yeah.
Blocking and tackling, and I still got to hand it to Gresh with getting that last one on Family Feud, man. He's like, I know it. I know.
So, Crack, can you get that
great.
response off the board? Like, what do we have to do to rehab your reputation as a flake?
I got to get you down to Palm Beach.
Yeah.
I mean, because then we could video it all, and then you guys would just be.
That's true.
And then I could take you to the breakers and have you see it firsthand. We could video it and see you on lunch out there.
So we can't get you to Vegas here in a week?
No, not a chance.
It's because you're afraid if you run into Hubbard there.
He's going to take me to. You know my address in Texas, he said.
I didn't mean to say that. I don't want to send you down that path. All right, so no Vegas. So, but this happens every year, man. We have the same conversation. We have a few drinks. We consume large amounts of cannabis. We say we're all going to be best friends and get together, and then it never happens. So you got to buck that trend, brother. The ball is in your court.
Well, you got little babies now, so you usually go to Disneyland, right? So make it a point to just when you go to Disneyland to come by Palm Beach.
I think you mean Disney World, yeah.
World, yeah. I got him flip flop.
That's gonna be a tough sell to Lauren. I'm gonna be like, all right, I know April's only 2. She'll never remember this trip, but there's this guy Crakrok that says if we go to Disneyland, no, I mean Disney World, we can meet up.
Well, you guys do a lot of underdogs, so when you have an
also all of this might fall through.
I got the old daughters. I took them to Disneyland this year. They're 13 and 8, but I went down to California. You're telling me just go to Florida and I can come visit?
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm just signing
the young ones.
I'm just signing a new lease now. The related. I'm in a related building, which is.
What does that mean?
Related is a real estate company. The Miami Dolphin owner owns Related.
Okay.
So their business is expanding in Florida like huge, and Palm Beach is just going gangbusters. I mean, everything in Florida is going gangbusters. But I can do everything I need to do down in Florida. I don't have to be in New York anymore. You just don't. You used to have to be in the office, you know what I mean? But it's just changed, and you can do stuff remotely. So I'm going to Florida, and then I'll come back up to just spend the summers up here. Just go rent in the Hamptons for the summer.
Nice. And what about this place you're in now? Are you going to sell that?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, could this be our last time with the New York City backdrop on a stream?
Well, the good thing is,
Financial District, is that where you're at? What part of town?
I'm actually on the west side. This is the West Side Highway. This is the High Line. I'm by Hudson Yards, Related to Hudson Yards. So that was their big development. So this is they have these massive. They built like a city on the west side over the train tracks.
Yep.
And it's this massive development, but they're also building something. So once you're in the Related family, you can move from building to building, as long as you stay within the Related family. They let you do that.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then plus I want to see my parents more, and they're going to be down in Florida more. And my sister moved down now. And she just she just bought this house that it is fucking crazy. It's. I think it was the most expensive house that ever was bought down in Florida. It was Rush Limbaugh's old house.
What?
Yeah, just Google Rush Limbaugh's house sold.
All right.
Okay, I will.
And you'll see it. So that's why I want to get down there as well. And then plus, I just love the sun and the surf.
For
There it is.
155 million.
There it is.
Your sister bought this house?
No, she's married. Her husband did. But yeah, so for 2.7 acres, 155 million. It's reasonable in Palm Beach.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable.
But the thing is, it's nice because it's on the end, so it's where the beach meets.
That was my first concern when I saw this. I was like, "Is this in the middle?" Because
It looks a little landlocked.
Wait,
Yeah.
I apologize. I was distracted. Is this Crakrok's house? What are we looking at right now?
It's his sister's house.
Oh god.
Yeah,
But she's married and her husband.
they're tearing it down.
They're tearing down the house?
Yeah,
Look at that fucking house.
What?
This is a tear down.
yeah,
They're tearing this house down?
yes. It's
What?
it's so ugly inside. You got to see what Rush built.
It.
155 million tear down.
Just get a new interior decorator. What's wrong with the exterior?
No,
The exterior looks amazing.
The land is worth 150 million. The house is worth 5, dude. It just sticks, man.
None of this computes. Like, this is so far above what my brain can. Like, you're like, oh, Greg, this doesn't fucking add up for Greg.
Go back to your Pete. Go back to your search and look at another one. They have more pictures. There it is. Go to the second one, the post. There it is.
This is your brother-in-law?
Could be.
He saw his name and he was like, I gotta bite my tongue a little bit.
See, it's on. It's on the beach. Look,
beautiful.
We believe you. If it was 155 million, I kind of thought it was on the beach.
Yeah, click. There's 4
Especially
more
if the house is a tear down.
Right.
Yeah, they're tearing it. They're tearing. There's 2 houses actually on it. There's a front. You see, there's the front house. See, there's the one in front. There's 2 homes, and then the one in the back.
What is anything?
Could be. That was the pause. Could be.
Holy shit.
All right, Crack.
Yeah.
You're unbelievable. You're fucking unbelievable.
Just doxed his own brother-in-law cold.
This dream is so beneath his brother-in-law. They're never gonna know.
No one believes me anyway. Yeah. Google it up, man.
Yeah.
Google it up.
Crakrok, this has been a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
I think you should make an impulse purchase to come to Vegas.
Yeah, man.
He can't because family stuff, right?
No, I didn't want to bring it up, but my dad's he's in the hospital now with
yeah. Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, he's got pancreatic cancer. He's getting chemo now. I haven't slept.
Was it last year? You were at their house, right? You were taking care of him. That was a year ago.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Man. Hey, look, he's 88. He lived a great life. 89, excuse me. But no, I want to hang with you guys. Yeah, I want to hang with you guys. You know, Pat's out in San Diego. I love the Mets were out there. I looked at Petco Park. Man, looks beautiful. Are you near there, Pat?
Everything's pretty close here. I'm not like super close, but it's like a 15-minute drive.
Those uniforms, I wanted to puke. I don't know if you saw the Padres uniforms.
I didn't.
The brown ones?
No, the Dayglow ones, the yellow, the orange, and the blue, and oh my God, they have these City Connect uniforms. I had to turn off the TV. They were the ugliest fucking uniforms. Look at it. Google Padres.
City Connect. Oh yeah, these are not great.
Padres. Oh God, yeah, no, I'm not a fan of.
Oh my God, I was watching it on my fucking. I'm like, these colors are so bad.
They're trying to do like a Miami Vice thing. They're trying to do a ship chasing thing, but they're doing it wrong.
Yeah, no, it was so bad. And then we got to get Ben out of Washington. So I think Florida's the place to be.
Yeah, just tell me where to take the flight to, man.
Yeah,
I'll go anywhere.
Yeah, I love to hang with Gretch.
It's
and then
overcast and rainy up here every day. So wherever you guys tell me to go, I'll fly.
Yeah, no, I have a good friend who lives in Seattle, and she says the weather sucks. It just rains all the time.
It's not fun up here.
That's another one. She's married to the guy who started Zillow.
Dude, I need to hang out with Crakrok more. that's my takeaway from this.
Do you have any sisters that are like married to a janitor and they're just like, fuck?
Yeah. No, a lot of times I get the New England stuff. My little brother owns a deli, and they cater when the Patriots come to Giant Stadium, he feeds them. So I he does the corned beef and pastrami with the coleslaw and the Russian dressing. It's like a New York thing. So he caters them, and he has a good relationship with Bob Kraft. So sometimes I get info when they come to Giant Stadium.
Nathan Roof says the deli is Subway. His brother owns Subway.
It's very humble of you to refer to Subway as a deli, Crack.
Yeah, no, it's Richard Barton. Look at that. They nailed the owner of Zillow. That's correct. Richard Barton is the owner of Zillow.
Well, you kind of put out the breadcrumbs there, and people have started to connect.
No, but I know his wife, but he turned around Zillow. Remember, Zillow was going bankrupt. They started buying houses. But he's my age. His wife went to high school with me.
Okay.
And she lives in Seattle.
I'm gonna need someone to do like a cork board with Crakrok and all of
it's just like, it's like that meme from It's Sunny in Philadelphia when he's got all the it all comes together at the Breakers. Fantasy Feud bonus round. Oh my God. You found the wife. That's right. Sarah Marcus. That's her.
My God.
Anyone
who wants to believe that Crakrok's not real, like he sees the name and he like his responses are so genuine.
Yeah, see if you can see where Sarah Marcus went to high school.
Please don't.
On.
And
move on from that.
See who she was fooling around with in high school. See if you get any names.
Was it you? Was it you? Is that
could be? Could be. She likes to fly planes now. That's what she's doing now. Sarah Marcus. Oh my God, what a blast!
See if you can figure out on Google who she was fooling around with in high school.
I think that's on Google.
Is Crakrok Batman? I'm Batman.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
I think we got to shut it down.
Yeah, we'll shut it down. But the shit that goes on in Palm Beach, you do get some good info. So I'll keep you up on the info. I want to do some Ask Me Anything stuff with you, Pete, once the season starts. And I want to do some Family Feud once the season starts. And I want to get on streams. I put it in my papers, dude. December 1st, it's over.
All right. Well, a few things. You're gonna have to take it up with Reddit if you want to do an Ask Me Anything. We're not doing another Fantasy Feud. That took us like a month and a half to prepare for that. And
let's do another one, man. Come on.
It was worth it. Let me just tell you what. I don't know
Do
who
another one.
That honestly was fucking
A mid-season family feud with Crakrok.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Pete's getting the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning for Pete.
But if you guys want me to pump anything, Gretch, if you want me to pump your newsletter, send me some stuff, and then I'll tell you.
Yeah, man.
I'll write
Send it
your
to
news.
the owner of Zillow for me. Let me see if I can get some rich folks hanging
Will you tell whoever bought the 155 million teardown that ship chasing is available for purchase?
We'll tear down.
All right. Well, text me the number. You know I want to invest in you guys.
It involves 6 zeros. Yeah.
I mean, you can sell a piece of yourself, dude. Sell out 10% of yourself, Pete. I mean, you could easily.
These prices, I'll sell any percent of myself.
All that is my nose, according to you. All the way there.
Oh my god, you guys are so funny.
All
right, everything's. But if you guys ever need anything, and I'm serious, just fucking reach out. I got connections.
All we want is friendship.
Yeah,
Crakrok,
I know.
reach out.
And honestly, I want that too, because I want to just hang out with you and get totally wasted and just laugh our heads off, because I know we'd find it so funny. Because you guys are the only people I know that are as sarcastic as I am, or even more. I mean, Pete's just on another level.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they got my high school now.
That's what happened.
That's right. Hey, it's all public. I can bust the yearbook out. You want me to get the yearbook out and see what she wrote to me?
Oh my God! I think we should shut it down before that.
No, we should do that.
Yeah.
All right, we had fun, fellas. Pete, I'm gonna go have some couple beers, a couple bingers, and by the way, great team, man.
It was a great team, wasn't it? It was a great team. Yeah.
Just
it was a really great team.
Here's the lesson: if you're at the 12 spot, just let the shit fall to you. Don't go. You're gonna have to just let shit fall. When it falls to you, just scoop it up. That Zack Moss, we got it. What was that? The 10th round? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He was going on the 5th, 6th round. I don't know if the news forgot they drafted the team.
I did too. It seems so. I've drafted 1.5 BBM teams since then.
Could we have you on for one of our Thursday night watch along streams this year?
Oh yeah.
We usually do a fan of a team. What's your team? Like, you have got a few different teams. You know,
it's got to be Minnesota or the Jets, right?
Yeah, it was the Jets, but then I have to dip in the lakes of Lake Minnetonka, and they gave me the Viking fans are the coolest. They told me I have to baptize myself in Minnesota, but those two teams are going to suck. But let's do the Peyton watch the the Manning brothers draft.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that stuff is great on YouTube, man. Let's make it fun and just make some great bets on underdog, because you guys always put up these great bets.
Literally what we do. Exactly. You just described it.
I saw a lot of your bets, man. A lot of your bets hit, dude.
Yeah. We had a couple get really close to hitting as well.
Yeah, I mean, some big paydays. You had 5-to-1 parlays that were so close.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as the F word.
Week 3 is Patriots at Jets. Our guy Ron, we got to have Ron back on because he was a classic. But Crakrok's a big fan of Ron's. Maybe we could do a Crakrok.
A Crakrok Ron crossover up sounds like
that's it. Minnetonka, that's it. Lake Minnetonka. I got to bathe in there. That's where I got to go in Minnesota. The Minnesota fans were loving me. They're the nicest people.
There you go. October 24th.
Book it. Colby Parkinson versus the Minnesota ownership group.
This is your night right here. Put this on your calendar, Crakrok. October 24th.
Done.
But make sure we also have Ron booked just in case Crakrok doesn't show.
Just in case.
October 24th. No. Done.
Let the interns know. All right. This has been a pleasure. Like we said, we will be back on Tuesday there'll be ADP chasing. And then in the evening, we will have our final streamed draft of the 2024 offseason, a 5K draft with Leone, alpha plays only. Pat, Gretch, anything else here before we power this down?
I'm going to be working on the legendary running back series for the rest of the night until it is done and published and out to the people tomorrow morning. So look for that. Legendary upside. Sign up for free. You'll get the article. Check it out. We're going to be diving through. I decided to expand it. Part of the reason it's not out yet, I decided to expand it and talk about Pacheco and Etienne, who are borderline on round 2, but I added a couple more profiles in. So cover all the running backs going through Pacheco, Henry, Etienne, that kind of cluster on the 2-3 turn.
Gretch, what about you?
I mentioned the guillotine stuff. Excited to get a piece out at Stealing Signals. Tomorrow, Sean and I are going to try to do like a draft-a-thon at the Stealing Signals YouTube. We're going to do some, I think we're going to start with Fantasy Pros in the morning because there's not like main events in the morning. And then maybe finish with the main event in the afternoon. We're going to do like 3 or 4 FFPC drafts tomorrow, presuming they fill. So come hang out the Stealing Signals YouTube throughout the day tomorrow.
Yeah, Gretch,
awesome.
they have 1 p.m.s on Saturdays. On the weekends, they do have.
Which is good because tomorrow's Saturday.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Friday.
I know. That's why.
No, sometimes
The main events are at 1 p.m. on Saturday. Yeah, we did that last.
Sometimes on Friday, they'll put a day event on Friday. Check it out. You never know.
All right.
My final thing was, Pete, you asked Sean, because I was watching Getting Your Content because we love ship chasing. Did he release his 0 RBs?
Yeah.
It's out.
Did you get 4? Did you get 4 out of 5? How many did you get?
Oh, the guessing? Yeah, I didn't get them in the right order. Yeah, I think I ended up getting like 11 out of 15 when I guessed them all. Yeah.
So just for my knowledge, who were they?
You got to pay for that, buddy.
Oh shit!
You think I'm gonna? Why would you buy the cow if you can get them?
No, you're right. All right,
yeah.
Everyone, go to Sean and find out those 0 RBs.
That's a great plug. I'm gonna do my final Best Ball Mania draft tomorrow. I'm gonna spin up a stream and then I'm hopping on with Neil Orfield, who is also streaming all 150 of his. I'm going to go and pass the baton to him on his draft. And actually, right after this stream ends, I'm going to go post. It's been, we finally got it ready. I'm going to post the True Serum take episode.
Oh, nice.
Gretch is involved. Pat's involved. I asked a bunch of people from our best ball neck of the woods for their deepest, darkest take that they're willing to share once they have taken some True Serum. I'm going to post that right now. So if you guys hold out for 15, 20 minutes and you still want some more content, that will post on the Project Kingdom.
I'm watching.
Yeah, 35 minutes of straight fire there. And and then we'll be back next Tuesday for a couple of shows. Appreciate you guys. Apologize for Crakrok saying the F word. We love you. We appreciate your tolerance and understanding what's going on here. We'll see you guys next time.